Weeks and weeks of play have led to this moment.
Playoffs is back and we have some surprises in store for you.
Absolute chills.
Everybody's so low for SRP check. Cookie!
There's a reason that Cookie was touted as the best soldier in EMEA.
Saints play this beautifully. The bomb sticks mid-air!
You gotta have supreme confidence in yourself.
There is so much to fight for, and I am stoked to see how it's going to really pan out.
I love this when the fight is dire, when players recognize when they must make a play.
Oh my lord!
I am so damn excited.
This is absolutely spicy.
Only one team gets to come away from this alive.
Now it's about their name. It's about their legacy.
Know when to take that risk, when to bet it all.
The Overwatch Contenders Summer Series playoffs continue right now.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Overwatch Contenders Summer Series playoffs. I'm here with Moxie. My name is Dustin. We have the second matchup of the day, which is Oh Yeah versus Triple Esports. Game number one was very close between the likes of SRP Check and Team Peps, leading into SRP Check getting that 3-2 victory. Meanwhile, guys, make your predictions in chat for Oh Yeah versus Triple Esports. Moxie, what are you thinking leading into this one? I mean, obviously, you know, a lot of the compositions were in discussion from the last game. Reinhardt, according to LH Cloudy, not really is the meta. But you think that we're going to see something different leading into Oh Yeah Triple Esports?
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to be seeing something different, potentially still off meta. However, Oh Yeah have made a staple for themselves of curveballing into these different picks. In fact, describing themselves very much as a knowledge check team, testing not just your meta reliance, but also your ability to be able to adapt onto the fly, not just with things that you've learned in scrims, but also things that you've learned unqueued on ranked ladders. So it's going to be really interesting to see what exactly they're going to be bringing to the table, because instantly my eye is drawn to the fact that we're missing one of their DPSs. Kaya is not going to be starting off for the team. It's going to be Necros, and Necros plays Genji. So potentially we're going to be seeing a little bit of dive come through from them this time around.
Potentially. That'd be interesting if they decide to rock towards any of those competitions revolving around the Genji, like you said. Meanwhile, for the side of Triple Esports, they're going to be rocking the very similar similar players that they've played with previously, with one obviously being their flex support, kind of like Anna God, also plays a good Baptiste Ange there as well. And I mean, you pointed it out off broadcast, Moxie, but Turkey will be in to pair with Sharp this time around.
Yeah, Turkey coming through has been known to play both the Pharah and the Echo for the team, but is also a lot more flexible than some other players like Labda and Yazan, who are very much just restricted to the aerial heroes. He can flex onto things like the Cassidy, the Hanzo, a little bit of the Soldier as well. So Triple Esports going to be having a lot of different options to them available compositional. Wise, Dawn can play both the Winston, but also incredibly gifted at the Orisa, who we heard from Cloudy is just the best hero in the game at the moment. The changes that came through onto Orisa, back-to-back buffs, make her nigh unkillable at the moment in terms of this meta. So a lot of stall potential on control point is going to really enable Orisa compositions to play for time.
And what better map to see that? Busan is going to be our map number one between Oh Yeah and Triple Esports. For this one, Moxie, like I said, we expect to see that Orisa comp. And were we talking about a broadcast with Cloudy where, you know, like maybe you'd see Winston in the likes of Overwatch League, but not necessarily here in Contenders? I mean, do you think Winston actually has a place in a meta where, like Cloudy said, that Torbjorn and Bastion are just so damn strong?
I mean, he's going to be taking a lot of entrance damage, right? If you do try and run, the Winston Diva is probably going to be more of an option considering defense matrix and its interactions as well with things like that healing pylon. I think everyone is still going to try and make Winston somewhat viable, however, mostly because Primal is still just far more valuable than Self-Destruct in terms of being able to stall and disrupt compositions entirely, plus pairing into something like the dive, the fact that the Winston can do so much damage, and with the jump, track down a lot of those low health targets for your DPS to be able to clean up off. It's going to be interesting to see. I think a lot of people who've favored Winston over the years are still going to make Winston work, but D.Va definitely with the boosters now coming off cooldown a lot faster, does start to creep up in terms of viability to be able to enable dive a little bit better.
Okay. We'll see if either of these teams lock towards those comps. Like you said, I mean, we see it always at the highest level just because that character is just so high skill cap. I mean, they freaking added a sniper to him too. I mean, just basically with the Tesla cannon alternative fire in Overwatch 2. You know, really gives Winston so much viability for a bunch of different comps. But, you know, like we were talking about earlier, you know, Orisa has been changed with so many different things, Moxie, to just be kind of a character that is not necessarily over-kitted, but just has so many, you know, indirect buffs or buffs that have happened throughout the past couple of patches. I mean, like, why do you think that is? Why is Orisa such a strong character at the moment?
Well, I mean, Fortify now has a bonus of 125 health, which used to be 75. And you pair that with the fact that the previous damage reduction percentage, which was 40%, still is going to be 50%. Plus, they gave her increased range as well. She's still going to be able to use things like the javelin spin to be able to sort of miniature defense matrix, as well as the javelin throw, which can really disrupt a whole lot of ultimates. And the ammo just never really running out as well if you time the spin correctly. Really good for spy checking, but it seems like, oh yeah, we're going to have something that they're going to have to worry about being spy checked with. Love is actually going to be locking the Sombra in anticipation of Dawn on the Wrecking Ball, as Turkey does indeed lock towards the Farah. And we have it, her official debut. We have our first ever Iliari in competitive pro play.
Turkey, though, able to find love, and it's going to be interesting to see how this character matches up with that heal beam, and then also the proton, or that can really connect to heal everybody up to full HP consistently. Oh, yeah. Now sitting at the back of the point, trying to maybe absolve some of the damage coming through. But Triple Esports, I mean, they've surrounded the likes of, oh yeah, at the moment. Sharp and Turkey just taking up positions towards that point, able to find Isaac's mech. And then the baby D.Va. Necros also has to get out of there, but Triple Esports setting up well at the moment.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Iliari doesn't really pair that great with D.Va because the secondary beam only has a maximum range of 15 meters. And if the D.Va is diving, you are going to be away from your team. You're not committing a full pylon either to that dive potential, so it's going to be really hinging on Isaac being able to boost back to the rest of the team to actually receive heals. And with the anti in effect, they're not going to be able to keep the mech in time to get back.
Isaac loses mech and then immediately dies as well. Unfortunately, right now, I mean, Iliari is able to just like play on its own little island, but you know, these pylons keep getting deleted instantaneously by Triple Esports.
And unfortunately, because you're just being overwhelmed in terms of the Tracer and the Wrecking Ball, you're not really able to deal with the pharmacy. Iliari does so much damage. Now you're going to see him try to go for Turkey, who gets the nano boost and is now going to be looking for a barrage opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, it comes through, Immortality Field is there, but the barrage already finds Cool Boy. Don also gets Hot Babe, so backline removed. One did get killed, but the Resurrect is there, 70% nearly on the board for Triple. And it doesn't look like they're slowing down anytime soon.
Yeah, Necros is going to have the blade, but again, it isn't really going to have that much value on its own. We might actually see a combination of Captive Sun into the Genji blade to set the dash up to be able to deal that additional 90 damage to activate the 120 burst.
Well, there he goes aggressive into the sky, looking for that Pharah, just whiffs completely, but the actual connect onto him with that ultimate as well, just actually flies by him and connects with that overall burst damage. Love also finds Sharp, also onto Dawn, and last second at 98%. Oh yeah, we'll flip the objective.
Yeah, the ultimate from her is just so dangerous for Pharmacy. If it connects onto you, you get hit by Sunstruck, and that means you get slowed, and as a result, can't really use the Pharah movement to be able to mitigate all of the damage coming through, both from a Genji dashing and also the hit scan of this Cassidy. As Love is building up towards the Dead Eye shop, going to have the Pulse Bomb, but unfortunately, Oya now in control of this point, can use these really mobile heroes to just stall and cover every single angle.
Also available from Sharp, like you said, takes a body shot from Oya's back line. Now Turkey still sitting in the main, actually gets the concussion to go aggressive on the right side and the direct shot, but he's back towards his team to get healed up to full HP. Meanwhile, the pylon is removed from Dawn. Turkey able to take Hot Babe out of there. Isaac does trade it back, though. One goes down. Bomb comes out from him as well to try to zone out the Pharah Mercy, and it actually connects on the Turkey into that Sky. Res immediately there from onto the Ana, but will get staggered because of the defensive matrix from Isaac there. Now can come back towards this point and build up towards 60%.
Look at how aggressive as well Isaac gets to be with the self-destruct. Now that D.Va gets iframe on the mech ejectors, we're going to see a really nice spot for Pylon. Really going to be quite hard for Triple Esports to be able to take down, still with the range that it has, hitting onto these players so they can fall around this point, still be healed up, and keep it contested.
On walks through High Noon from Love onto that Pharah, who just hits him with the barrage with the nano boost. Turkey, though, gets deflected by Necros, so it is a 1-for-1. Valkyrie's still here to keep one alive towards the objective, but nobody touches. Dawn was too busy getting a kill, or sorry, excuse me. Oh yeah, we're too busy peeling it off, and the flip came through. So Triple will claim round 1.
That's really unfortunate. Unfortunately, like you said, everyone was just so occupied with Turkey having that nano, understanding the chain of ultimate usage from Triple Esports. It's always nano into barrage or nano onto echo into full engagement, and as a result, like you said, everyone from Oya very much scatters and tries to keep Love alive. As we head now over to Mecha Base, this is actually playing really perfectly into Oya's composition because it means that the Pharmacy is going to be forced to swap. But again, like we've talked about, this is Turkey's strength. He can't just play the Pharah and the Echo, he very much can switch onto all of these different DPS heroes. And no surprises, now that we see the Rista swap come through for Dawn, one is actually going to be mirroring onto that Iliari as well. And I have to give the benefit to Triple because she plays better with a static composition as opposed to dive.
To see it pans out. They do take that space over the right side. Op-Abe able to go for a aggressive pylon position if they want. Over this right side, still just poking out. Both of these Yares just kind of poking each other. Consistently getting healed by their pylons. Meanwhile, Love's able to get Turkey. They're stuck on this inside angle, though. Sharp able to trade back Love. With the new Soldier 76 buffs, he also pumps damage. But, oh yeah, towards the point. Take it first. Dawn tries to come out through with a Javelin spin. Necro's forced down on the low ground. Has that double pocket there from Aya's side where they're just able to constantly play around the high ground with the thrusters of Isaac. They're maintaining the objective space as well. Pylon removed from Love. Necros with the deflect onto Sharp's Helix rocket. Able to find that kill. Nearly 20% on the board for Aya. They're still up a man, but Love's able to find Turkey. Amplification Major is committed from Anj, but it might be ill-advised in the situation because they're down so many members. Aya, with that man advantage, keep that pressure up and push them back into their own choke.
Ooh, and Love almost find an exit onto Sharp as well. As Isaac's going to have self-destruct, ultimate advantage very much going in the favor of Oya, as they're going to have Captive Sun. Remember, Dawn on this Orisa can use the Javelin Spin to be able to eat it, as they're able to take the pylon down. Captive Sun that comes through, combined with the Dragon Strike! It's going to do so much damage, and that's just going to be a full team kill.
Oh my god, that was just so gross, dude. Well, triple kill for Necros with the blade. Genji blade is back off of, like you said.
Look at this. That deflect kill is absolutely insane as well, but now we're going to see Captive Sun hits them all slow, just pushes through, and unfortunately the Captive Sun, the detonation, actually burned Immortality Field out, so that Necros's blade was able to kill all of them with the subsequent 120 burst afterwards.
Jesus, I mean, that's just so freaking strong. Love able to get the pylon as well early on. Oh yeah, did a great job making sure Triple Esports in a tough spot, but there is the other. And Sun, wait, just hits the wall actually on the back. They are connected, but able to live for just a second. Only the Immortality Field dies. Isaac with the deep bomb able to find Sharp, but Turkey with the overclock finds 3 so far. With the recontest of Triple Esports, that's exactly what they needed off that space. Now flip the point.
Yeah, so much concentration came through from Oya to try and deal with the Captive Sun coming from one that unfortunately when the overclock came through, they didn't have a lot of anything to be able to deal with it, as we're actually going to see Isaac swap off of the Diva onto the Orisa to mirror into Dan with all of this poke pressure coming through as they have to just body through choke.
Isaac walks through, removes the pylon as well, but that cost him so much HP. He dies because of it. I mean, maybe he expected his team to walk through, but Dom was just holding that choke, making sure no squishies could get through it. A little bit of a preemptive play there from Isaac, potentially, as Don finds love on the delay.
See, here's the thing. Isaac had to go for that play because he's the only one with the Fortify who can actually move through Triple Esports team and take out the pylon.
Yeah.
Necros can try to go for it with the Genji dash, but he's not going to be able to do enough damage to be able to take it out because you can't headshot a pylon. So when you throw shurikens at it, all you're going to do is dink it down very, very slowly. As we can see, Sharp again just controlling all of these avenues of choke. Once again, Isaac being the one that you have to put through first to take the pylon down.
Blade comes through from Necros, but the Immortality Field slows him down. Hot Babe able to find Anj with the ultimate, as well as Dawn connects onto Isaac. Meanwhile, towards the low ground, Dawn has to fall back down here. Necros finds Turkey. Hot Babe rotates all the way around as Sharp and one have combined for 2. No pylon to keep them healthy. So, because of it, the heals were just not there. Triple Esports rotate around this point. It's just Hot Babe who is just trying to clutch up on the inside angle, but Sharp will eventually find him. And now we enter last fight territory for Triple.
Triple Esports have such a good combination as well. Captive Sun into Terror Surge is even more terrifying than into Blade. Isaac going to be there with the Orisa, but like you said, Hot Babe actually swapping to the Kiriko to be able to cleanse both effects.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good swap so far from them. But Captive Sun comes to the play. Oh my god, was that deflected, I think?
Deflected, yeah.
Oh my god, what a deflection. I mean, the radius that the deflection has on the Captive Sun is quite large, as a lot of content creators have pointed out. Dawn's able to find Necros, though, even with that Turkey now with the overclock finds too. So even though the Captive Sun did not result in favorably for them off of the overclock in the rest of Triple Esports' damage, they win map number 1.
Yeah, Triple Esports doing exactly what I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot of teams do. Using Captive Sun very much in the same vein of a Tracer Pulse Bomb, knowing that even if they're stuck in somewhere like a choke, with that additional movement that the Iliari is able to pick up with the flight path, she can instantly put herself into a position for a fight and instantly bait out so many really crucial cooldowns for these teams to have. And here's the thing, unlike Pulse Bomb, Captive Sun has different timings of damage, so you're forced to layer all of these different abilities as opposed to just simply investing in Immortality Field and calling it a day.
Yeah, people probably watching this and like, damn, that ultimate's pretty good. Yeah, pretty gross to deal with. And you called it before. I mean, Terra Surge finding that value on the front line. You know, Triple Esports look good so far. Turkey as well, Moxie, on the Sojourn seemingly has been a difference maker too.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Triple Esports now have a player who can flex. You're not forced to keep playing the pharmacy on control maps where it can really, like the weather, be incredibly affected by different maps that you go on to, different compositions, having to swap up in terms of the terrain and architecture that they're playing up against. Turkey is that real star power to this team, where if they want to play towards something like a Pharaoh and Echo, they absolutely can, but if they then get pushed into a position where the Pharaoh and Echo loses its strength, they're still able to flex him onto something that still hits just as hard and still has just as high a skill rating that the guy is able to play into. This is what I was saying. When they first picked up Turkey, I was like, yeah, this team instantly going to be elevated because of it. It took them some time. We even talked to them in the interviews and they're like, we don't know the true extent of Turkey and how many heroes he's able to play. But now we're in playoffs. We've had the downtime from group stages into playoffs. The team has had more than enough time to get to grips with Turkey's comfort picks.
Yeah, it's so far so good for the likes of a Triple Esports on that map number 1. But obviously, we're going to that second map, which is going to be Ike involved. Oh, yeah, want to play on this map. Moxie, why do you think that is? What is the difference that this map, this hybrid map, should give them over the likes of Triple Esports?
Well, potentially we could see the Torbjorn come through for them, like, if they really want to. They have so many different heroes. They could put Kaya in as well to be able to play Junkrat and take advantage of those chokes. Orisa is, yeah, like we talked about, incredibly unkillable, but Junkrat spam damage is going to be incredibly adept at being able to pull out that Fortify super early, bait out the Javelin spin as well, even before they're through the choke. And if you don't commit onto those abilities, you're potentially still going to lose a player in rotation.
Yeah, all right, let's see if the likes of Triple Esports get stopped here on this map. Like I said, the Torb could come through. You know, a lot of it, Moxie, in the previous patches as well, it feels like there's been a lot of kind of like damage creep, it feels like, right? With Soldier buff, Torbjorn, Bastion buff, and I don't know, maybe that's also why the Pharah has been a little bit harder to play, though Turkey did show a bit of flexibility there too. I mean, yeah. But meanwhile, for the likes of yeah, they're going to make a substitute, actually, Moxie. We're going to be seeing Kaiser in the lobby, probably playing that Mei, right?
Potentially Mei, potentially Torbjorn. More than likely, especially on point A, if they're going to be defending first, the Mei try to just use the walls, block them off, isolate a target, so that everyone else can run them down. Because look at this as well. Necros still playing the Genji. So they have seen that Turkey is still going to be in the team for triple, and if it is going to be the Pharmacy coming through, that is going to leave one on the Ana alone and pretty vulnerable for them to be dived upon.
Moxie, can you why is Genji here, man? why Genji, huh? What's going on here? No changes, right? I mean, like, what's the reasoning behind this?
You saw it like a little bit in on Mecha Base. You can deflect Captive Sun. Like, you find so much value in terms of being able to pair Dragon Blade with Captive Sun for your own ultimate usage, but also denying it for the other side. And as a result, like, having all of these different game plans, because you deflect the initial burst, you don't have to worry about all of the different stages, like being hit by the slow, and then having to worry about not taking 90 additional damage on top of that, and being hit by an even larger burst.
So basically, you're just saying you play Genji for deflect onto Captive Sun. That's it? That's it?
Also Blade.
Moxie, yeah, I guess.
The dash, and I mean, again, like I said, I think we're really only going to be seeing the Genji because of just the ease of being able to collapse onto this Ana alone. All of the things like deflect, the Blade usage with things like Captive Sun, those are just additional bonuses on top.
I guess you're right. It's just, it's interesting to talk about it because, yeah, like you said, a lot of the value that Necros brings on the Genji is involved in terms of ultimates, and it is that neutral game that they rely upon. But One and Anj, right, on the previous map have done a great job zoning it off. Meanwhile, Turkey as well, gonna be playing the Echo sharp on the Sombra.
Yeah, so we are going to be seeing both Hot Babe and Cool Boy, Iliari and Baptiste, both trying to deal very much with this Echo, who is going to be able to avoid that Mei wall, as Dan actually thought about going for the Winston dive, decides to go for the Orisa, but already takes a huge amount of damage.
That was a big chunk of damage that came through. Isaac also on the Hog. Haven't seen that just yet in the playoffs. Necros now over to the top, just trying to pressure out Turkey, but once the deflect is gone, he has to dash away. Down to 1 HP, barely lives, grabs the mini health back. Immortality field utilized. Isaac finds Dawn on the right side. Turkey in the sky also being shot by the support of Hot Babe. Also the rest of the team zoning around them. Turkey able to find Necros though, so slowly they're working themselves back into this, but down some members of their team that have to wait.
Have to be careful though. Sharp actually committing onto this Sombra is going to make this Iliari's life absolutely nightmarish, because you can hack and EMP cancel Captive Sun and also hack the pylon to try and take the 1v1, as Kaiser has been isolated. Is on the Mei, will be able to recover and stall for the rest of the team to come through, and as a result, all of the attention on the Mei left one entirely undefended, and Isaac took the Ana out.
Yeah, I mean, Isaac on the Hog has really been a difference maker on this map. Already a minute and 30 seconds off of the clock. Triple Esports now have to start thinking about things and how to deal with Aya's composition.
This is when he's able to find that flank, find the hook, and instantly get the kill onto one on the Ana. However, Triple Esports have built up into their main tool of engagement. Nano Boost is available. Turkey's on the Echo. This is go time.
Yeah, perfect intuition there from Isaac in that fight. Go time, like you said. There's the Nano Boost on to Turkey. It was aggressive. EMP is there from Sharp. Now, meanwhile, ultimate committed from Hot Babe. But that pocket is there from the Valkyrie. They are able to eventually find the kill with Cool Boy over the top to get that damage through. But Turkey trades back Hot Babe. Anj gets the Resurrect onto one. Into the Terra Surge now is a lot of damage from Dawn and Sharp. I mean, what do you do to deal with that? Now, Triple Esports just going to walk through on this point, ignore that pylon, and already take 2 ticks. I don't think, oh yeah, get a recontest.
No, unfortunately, they're not going to be able to, and they now have to worry about controlling this high ground because you can see that Turkey is already getting into a position to try and poke. As we are going to see, it's not a tourbillon turret, it is the pylon, where that turret looks like to be on the roof. As Sharp is finding the hack, knows that Necros has the blade, and wants to deny any opportunity of the Genji dropping from the high to the low of the ultimate.
And that was tough. I mean, he dashed away, but immediately Turkey was there with the damage. 2K for Turkey so far on this Echo has been awesome. Dawn also finds Isaac too, so the delays are now coming through. I mean, this could be absolutely terrible for all, yeah.
Yeah, and again, no, Necros, he gets hacked and has to fall back to the rest of his team. I hate to say it, Dustin, but we really need to see this Echo shut down. They need to go for something like a tourbillon swap because Turkey has just been absolutely free at the moment, and Isaac on the Roadhog, every time he shows up, he's just being javelin thrown into to stop any heal or ability coming through.
Yeah, they're going to need to use some ultimates to get out of this choke. In fact, they do walk out, but Immortality Field to keep Isaac alive. Copy available. Terra Surge now comes through and slam dunks on the Necros and Hot Babe. Kaiser's able to find Anj, but I mean, now there's no team members here for the likes of, oh yeah, they commit the Ant Matrix. Schoolboy's able to find Dawn, but now towards that payload, Kaiser with the, was that a May ultimate? Not able to find any kills. Sharp was there on the Sombra, just getting these kills slowly but surely, and Triple Esports still push this payload further.
It's been 3 fights and we're yet to see this blade, and we're still going to have to wait. It's going to be the 4th that comes through. As again, Necros just gets hacked out of being able to get back to his team, and oh yeah, have to contest missing a man.
Dawn just using that spin onto Isaac, who's using the whole hog. So it's spin versus whole hog. Dawn comes through on top because Turkey was there in the back. Meanwhile, Blade from Necros is there. Also ultimate from Hot Babe. But, I mean, where's the follow-up in terms of members on the payload? Nobody was there. Ultimates were used and got 0 value. Oh, yeah, resetting the time bank, or the ult bank back down to 0. Isaac swapping over to the Zarya, which he's good on. But Triple Esports, Moxie, look at that ult advantage they have.
Look at the devs! Turkey's died once! Once in the entire map so far, Justin. Isaac now, like you said, on the Zarya, trying to just beam down Dawn, who's not going to be able to javelin spin the primary, but unfortunately, that just leaves even more opening for Turkey, who suddenly doesn't have to worry about closing up the distance and using the focusing beam without getting hooked.
I mean, imagine this Terra Surge from Dawn coming through now. Already block used. Bubbles committed. Turkey with the coffee drops the Immortality Field as well. Kaiser gets hacked. No cooldowns available. Will eventually fall to Dawn. Just that damage. Now the Terra Surge is here. Bubble gets ran out, but the Immortality Field at least soaks that damage up. But with that value they found through the Terra Surge, 1 connects onto Hot Babe, though Dawn falls incredibly low. Will get burned down to Isaac. However, Turkey is there with the follow-up. It's the Nano Boost, able to get onto this May. Ice Block utilized. Isaac trying to come through, find some sort of value on the Zarya so far, but Sharp is there with the EMP, gets Graviton surged, but any value is not, or value is not going to be found there for, oh yeah, via that Graviton surge. They're just trying to delay this payload now, in which they can't. Triple Esports will capture out with 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
There's too much order to the Orisa composition, right? Oya have always thrived at pushing teams that they're playing up against into chaos, fragmented, isolated pockets where they're able to find these 1v1s. But unfortunately, because the Orisa can just sustain so much damage, they're not really finding that disruption that they've been able to take advantage of in the past, because Dawn can literally just go in, soak up all of the attention, and as a result diverts it away from his backline. And we saw, right, every single time that Necros tried to find an entrance into a single fight, Sharp is just waiting with the Sombra basic hack, not even the EMP, to shut him down entirely.
I mean, that's just gross, man. Like, Orisa is just disgusting. As it stands, Mox, I mean, you talking about it. Just feels like, I kind of feel for these players right now, having the Dawn just like constantly pressuring out, just making sure you have zero space. And, you know, one and on, just able to take full advantage of it, just consistently sitting back of the map. Necros, I mean, has no follow-up, but it's like, what do you do at this point for, oh, yeah.
I mean, they just didn't have the damage burst. By running the Genji and the Mei is only going to have the damage potential if you're able to close up the distance and use the primary. But you were never able to close up the distance because you're never fighting with a full team. Necros alone on the Genji is also just not really putting out the damage unless he's able to find the Shuriken into dash, into melee, to be able to take down the squishy targets. And as a result, the Orisa is never pressured. Fortify is always going to be able to save her for something like that Animate to be able to come through, unless Isaac is fully charged up. Now on the attack, we want to see this Arya play aggressive, use the bubbles, build the charge, and push this Orisa. But unfortunately, you're not going to be able to take the Orisa down until you deal with the Ana, who's hidden behind a pharmacy.
Yeah, I mean, they took no damage on the defensive side. Nice anti-grenade there as well from one. Oh, yeah, have to wait for their teammate to come back from the spawn. Isaac desperately trying to get some charge. Finally, I think he gets some. But, you know, with Dawn sitting at the choke point, he's got to get a little bit more charge to be able to actually burn down Dawn and that armor with the reinforce. They're still stuck here at the choke. Now a minute off the clock. I mean, Turkey's just sitting around the pillar, able to spam out. Kaiser walks through into the mini side, but still with this Pharaoh over the top, hitting some nice shots. Turkey, one of the best Pharah players in Contenders. They built the nano boost for him as well in this fight, looking for that Pharaoh. Now goes for the nano, able to dive onto Hoppe, able to get him before the immortality field is there. The sky shot from Turkey now comes back on the Necros, who got one kill, but what's one compared to three? Turkey now towards that point, able to find them before they can even get a single tick.
Surprised he didn't go for the emote. Honestly, there it is again. Nano engagement onto the Pharah, just able to find the two-tap. This, by the way, is Mercy nerfed with the damage boost. 30% has now been reduced to 25%, but the pharmacy still as oppressive as ever. As Hot Babe is going to have the nano boost. Coolboy also has the amplification matrix, but Necros, unfortunately, because he hasn't been able to get past any of this frontline spam damage, is yet to have the blade to go alongside it.
Terra Surge comes through. Isaac tries to run away, does get the nano boost, and then immediate javelin in Turkey. So that was great game planning for them to deal with that blizzard. And now with that, they're able to find more kills, spinning to win onto one. Andre gets the resurrect onto Turkey, but it did cost him his life. To Kaiser now 2 ticks on the board. Dawn able to find Isaac. They could potentially recontest. No supports here though. The Mei wall perfectly placed from Kaiser results in Oya taking point A.
Okay, we're going to have Terror Surge. We've still got a Genji Blade available for but the spam damage coming through from Triple Esports. The fact that Sharp's on the Torbjorn now as well is going to make it even harder for this Genji on attack to go unnoticed into that backline and find the kill.
Necros with the blade though. Able to find one on that left side. Then goes for the Mercy in the sky. Perfectly placed Genji Blade from Necros. Amazing timing to find that Mercy kind of floating down below for that Pharah. Necros looking for some heals now, but have won that team fight.
Yeah, really good window of opportunity given the fact that Sharp had unfortunately misplaced that Torbjorn turret throw. So as a result, Necros was able to use that downtime to be able to find that hit onto one and then use the dash reset off of the kill to go for the Mercy. As Sharp sees, okay, Torbjorn turret's not going to work out now that he's going to be able to have that space. Gotta go for the Sombra to just go for the Hackers. Nano onto Turkey. Not even using the Winston bubble, so the Echo gets to play aggressive into the full team. Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, perfect re-engage there. Turkey here, he's going for a little bit of baggage onto that Orisa. I mean, fair play to him. People do not like Orisa as it stands. 4K for Turkey in that fight.
this is such good synergy from Triple. Like, Don instantly going onto the Winston to be able to use the bubble. Turkey immediately understanding that the space has now been provided for his Winston. He can drop down entirely unimpeded to be able to go for the close range that an Echo needs to be able to play for that focusing beam to just rip through the health. And with the additional damage reduction of the nano boost, doesn't have to worry about anything. It's yet again Necros, unfortunately, the absolute opposite story, has to worry about this. Sombra has just been making his life an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, great read there from Sharp, and then also Dawn with the follow-up. I mean, Sharp has been so good on the Sombra, too. I mean, the flexibility of Turkey, you talked about it earlier, has been there, but also Sharp on that Tracer, Sombra, and even at times, Torbjorn has resulted in Triple being a great spot. Turkey knows this Baptiste is in a volatile position, forces that Immortality Field and the Regenerative Burst just for his own cooldown. So, oh yeah, still sit back. Payload not pushing, by the way, just yet. Triple Esports drop down. Primal Rage from Dawn is there. Just jumps back towards the payload. Blizzard was committed from Kaiser to try to find that Winston, but Turkey with a copy onto the Aristo. Javelins off Isaac from the map, so Dawn just able to connect on the Necros out of the copy. Now Turkey says, I'm the better Orisa. Surely he's typing in chat. Bro's just AFK typing this entire game, I feel like. But Triple Esports stopping all yeah so far.
I mean, Kaiser was able to push the payload a little bit further with the Maze. Now we're actually going to see Isaac try to use the Terra Surge, wasn't able to find a whole lot of value with it. Sees Dawn now on the Winston, decides to go for the Roadhog. This is one huge counter to this hero, so you can see that Dawn is actually taking a huge amount of damage. But unfortunately, the anti-nade, the Sombra hack, the Mercy damage boost all together just combined to take the Roadhog out of the mix. And now the Winston is just free to go for the back line.
They're just tilted. You know, we talked about Sombra potentially being dead. You know, obviously seems well and alive as it stands. Turkey wants to go aggressive with the copy onto Coolboy. Might as well. Oh my god! Baptiste differential. Turkey with the copy finds Coolboy. Also, Necros is gone. I mean, is the mentals boomed now for all yeah? I mean, this is going to be so tough with 30 seconds left.
I mean, they're going to Blade, and I'm telling you right now, Shop's just going to EMP up.
Oh, okay. That was a nice hack, though. But yeah, you're right. This EMP could come through from Sharp.
He's waiting. Look, he's literally just keeping an eye on where the Genji is.
They're down a man, though. Do they want to commit? Even though they're down, they're Genji just looking for these supports. I mean, they're taking so long to get through. They're so hesitant.
The nano.
Yeah, I mean, they're so hesitant to come through, sitting with the EMP. Now, 3, 2, 1, gonna go for it. Oh my god, what a sleep from one. Nano Blade gets shut down, but Necros does get woken up eventually, and will take one out, though. Anj is there with the Resurrect. Turkey with the Nano Boost comes through on a Coolboy, who's still in this choke point. Even the cart is all the way on the bridge. Turkey was waiting for this exact moment. The poor supports of oh yeah, not able to find anything. Now Necros comes through. Suzu slows him down. Cart still pushing, like I said, in overtime, but Turkey's able to find that Kariko with the Mercy pocket. He's still nice and healthy. Necros gets melted down by Turkey, but he's not there to touch the payload. A minute and 30 seconds. Oh yeah, move on to third. Look at Isaac.
He's typing. He's typing.
Yeah, this is funny. Just back and forth between Isaac and Turkey, huh?
Oh, and he gets the hook onto Turkey.
He's copying him.
To dodge death. Oh my goodness.
Bro, Turkey
that's not the most tilting thing. This match, Dustin. What is it descending into?
I don't know. Turkey's just doing a little bit of trolling. It feels like.
It's always Icon Vault. Every single C9 is always Icon Vault.
Really does feel that way. Oh yeah. Looks to walk through now onto that Kariko for the Suzus. Dawn gets pressured out, but does have that primal for this fight. Isaac still sitting with that whole hog, surely to blast Dawn away, but the anti connects onto Necros. Looking for that kill. Dawn it is, and eventually Turkey's able to find it. So Dawn gets blasted to freaking Narnia, has to jump back into this fight, but Isaac gets antied and jumped on as well. Turkey's still looking to find it. Immortality Field committed. Can't really find the damage. It's just too much healing for all yeah at this choke point. Isaac gets the hook onto one, but with the heals from the Mercy and a nade, it's to stay alive. 18 seconds left, Moxie. We're going to enter overtime in just a second. Isaac finds that kill onto Sharp on the coast side. Dawn goes for the dive in towards the back with the Valkyrie. Turkey gets the copy, but Dawn is dead. 3v5 in this fight. Kaiser also finds Turkey there. So nice disengage from oh yeah.
One is so close to that nano boost as Dawn goes for the Orisa to be able to stall and sustain long enough for it to come online. Turkey now onto the Widowmaker to play unimpeded from the sidelines and look for one-shot potentials, but Oya does have the ultimate advantage, Dustin, and Necro sees the Widowmaker swap and cuts it off at spawn.
Okay, he gets shut down by Necros. Kaiser with the May ultimate towards the payload and the whole hog. So much zoning potential. And in overtime, oh yeah, capture out. I feel like, Moxie, the Turkey, you know, on the Echo a little bit there with the copy, with the duplicate, then swapping to the Widow. I mean, that's kind of rough for the side of Triple. Obviously, you know, they'll have a chance again in you know,
look at the stats.
What are they?
46 limbs, 5 deaths, 20,871 damage.
Damn.
For Turkey.
Moxie, I'm telling you, it's damage creep. This game has so many characters that just absolutely parse in terms of damage. It's just disgusting.
It's insane. It is like actually insane. And I mean, damage taken 10,887, 5 deaths. 5. 2 of them were on point C.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, he's so good. He's so good at the Echo. Also, the characters.
It's not even that he's like so good. He is that good, but there's just nothing actively countering him.
Yeah,
this is a huge problem. I was looking at Oya. I was like, are we going to see the Torbjorn? Surely we're going to see a Torbjorn at any point, because literally, if you just put a Torbjorn in against a Sombra and an Echo, all you need to do is play around that turret.
But that also,
we do not see the swap.
That also shows, Moxie, I mean, specifically in the street space, obviously Triple in a great position. 2 minutes just to take 1 tick against all, yeah, but, you know, sometimes, obviously, objective priority over kills, potentially, right? Because he went for those 2 kills. I mean, the C9 happened. Oh, yeah, we're able to push that payload in. 2 minutes, though. Oh, yeah, at best, can get a draw here, right?
2 minutes to build a nano boost is essentially what it is. If Turkey finds a kill off of just pure damage boost, that all changes. But until then, it's just going to be building nano.
Yeah, I mean, he's just constantly pressuring Cool Boy. He's just not been able to do much against this Pharah except live. So that's so far so good for the back line of, oh yeah, but with that pressure, Triple attempt to walk through. 1 minute and 30 seconds left now. Turkey gets poked a little bit, but healed up immediately by the Mercy. Hack comes through from Sharp. No follow-up on it just yet. Dawn is there to try to follow up on it, but disengage already came through from, oh yeah, who are sitting pretty at the moment. I mean, they're building ultimates. The Nano, like you said, 90% now. For Triple Esports side, I mean, it's just a ticking time bomb at this point. The Javelin from Isaac! Whoa, my God. One, just as you build the Nano, just gets removed. Anj also removed by Kaiser. That was an amazing shot from Isaac.
Yeah, that Javelin absolutely clutched. If Oya are able to draw this map, it's literally off of the back of that Javelin. But one now has the Nano, has the Farah. Turkey is going to be able to get the Ana engagement. But oh yeah, because of that Javelin, have been able to build up ultimates to be able to circumvent the momentum that it looks to pick up.
Oh yeah, sitting back. Kaiser though, oh my God, what a nice shot onto Sharp via the May. That's exactly what you need. I mean, it seems like Triple Esports, they have those ults like you said, but you know, they keep getting picked apart.
Just not able to use them quite yet. They've still got 1 push in them. Sharp's going to have the EMP. Still not seen that Nano invested, but Dawn's going to have the Terror Surge to be able to combine up. As surely, here it is. Yeah, engagement starting.
Nano, backline, here they go. Oh my God, deleted. Hot Babe does trade it, though it's 2 kills in favor of Triple Esports. Rez also is here. Isaac able to find 1, though, during that. Dawn is there with the Terror Surge, though. This just might be too many ultimates to deal with. This, oh yeah, could not react. Triple Esports will be taking Icon Valda, going up 2-0.
49 eliminations in total for Turkey. 6 deaths. 23,397 damage.
Wait,
what did I tell you, Dustin? This guy was a diamond for this team when they were able to pick him up. They just had to work out how to work around him. And yet again, it's 2 minutes, but in 2 minutes, all they need to do is build up a nano boost onto that Farah, and instantly you see the full scatter coming through from Oya. When they hear those voice lines come out, everyone tries to hide, and unfortunately, all it does is isolate squishies away from healers. And as a result, we see the Orisa using the Terror Surge as well to just completely cover the point and make sure no one else can step forward and contest. Came pretty close off of some really nice picks and a really clutch Javelin coming through from Isaac to delay that push. But unfortunately, the silver lining was because of that Javelin delay. Unfortunately, they had so many more ultimates to pair up alongside the Nano Barrage when it actually came out.
Now Triple Esports going up 2-0 in the series. We'll have to see what happens on the next map, which is coming up after this short break. So don't go nowhere, guys. We'll be right back.
Oh, hello! Fancy meeting you here. It's so nice to see ya. Are you ready to survive the wastelands? Then you'll need to bring your shotgun, your axe, and of course, your knife. For your sharp wit, if you get my drift. Hey, whoa. Hold on there. Don't forget to pick up your Overwatch Contenders Junker Queen skin. Yeah, gearing up is as easy as connecting your Battle.net account to Twitch. And after that, watching the Overwatch Contenders Summer Series will contribute to your drop progression, letting you claim your own wasteland-ready Overwatch Contenders Junker Queen skin. Oh, that's right. It's time to rampage. Now, get out there and slay with the Overwatch Contenders Junker Queen skin. Okay, take care now. See you in chat.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Overwatch Contenders playoffs. We're amidst the series between Triple Esports and Aoyao, where Triple Esports are now up 2-0 in this first of three. So one more map, and they're going to get the win and move on forward in these upper bracket. But the likes of Aoyao are not out of it just yet. So they've decided the map they think that they have a good advantage versus Triple On is going to be Watch Point Gibraltar Mox. I mean, this is a very good Genji map, right? This is traditionally, I should say, a good Genji map. But I mean, we talked about it on the break. You mentioned it a lot, and then also, you know, Turkey's damage output has been a lot for Necros to have to deal with.
Yeah, the problem as well is that Necros isn't really getting a diving partner. Right? Normally we would see someone like Chasm come through and play the Wrecking Ball so that at least you've got a little bit more space. As the Genji, to be able to make your way into the backline uncontested and not spotted out. But because Isaac is playing much more towards the front line as opposed to going for the dive, not only is Necros supposed to win the 1v1s on Genji ever since the nerfs have come through, but also try and find his way into the backline through Sharp, and that means that one of your DPS is not looking at the Echo or the Pharah, whatever Turkey was trying to commit onto. And we saw what happens when left uncontested with a Mercy Pocket. Even on this patch, even with damage boost being reduced from 30% to 25%, it's more than capable of allowing your Pharah or your Echo to be able to take down the backline.
Yeah, I think it's Mox, you just led me down to a rabbit hole talking about Mercy, man. Like, I don't know, the character itself is definitely still solid. Like, even after those nerfs, it's just kind of a situation where the character itself, just by kind of existing, just gets value, right? Unless you completely just nerf the character into the ground, which obviously they tried to do a nerf, and like you said, you can still play it alongside that Mercy and Echo, but it's just like that character synergizes far too well with the Sky character, just constantly being in the sky, just having that overall maneuverability. It doesn't seem like the amount of healing really matters, just the fact that it's there has kind of been a big hindrance for the side of and like you said, I mean, what does do here? They're still sticking with Necros leading into this next map, so it's looking like they're going to be that Genji Mei. Do you think this is the right choice? If you were the coach of would you keep Necros in or potentially do some substitutions?
I have to admit, the Genji pick, it's not working. It's really not working. Like, trying to build up Blade, even when we see the Nano Boost come through, it wins you maybe one fight, but you're still not winning the neutral. And unfortunately, you're going to be fighting far more fights in neutral than you are with ultimate advantage. And unfortunately as well, having not really getting the damage nor the kills that Necros is looking for, it domino affects into ultimate charge and how fast that builds up. So as a result, Nano a lot of the time was going on to Isaac just to try and keep the tank alive in that frontline forward position. He died 16 times, Dustin. 16 times on Iconvolt. That's 10 more than an Echo who's out in the open and is sitting duck, but unfortunately no one from Oya had any space to work with. And we've seen in the past, like Cool Boy and Hot Babe, more than capable on their own of being able to deal with Pharahs, deal with Echoes, and they will opt into those DPS duels. But this time they just have no space to be able to try it.
No, I mean, you called it 16 deaths. I mean, that's borderline feeder territory, honestly, Moxie. I mean, it's been a hard game for Necros, but honestly, not just him. I mean, just for everybody on his team. It seems like we talked about a little bit. Like Isaac has really been a saving grace for them at times. Sometimes Kaiser as well with those Mei icicles, as LH Cloudy called it, the very skillful character of Mei. That's right, he said that. We have it on record. Meanwhile, on the defensive side, they were playing that diva before on Busan. Maybe they locked towards it as well as the Life Weaver.
Yeah, so Life Weaver did get a lot of buffs. One of the really big ones being that, one, Sombra EMP doesn't immediately just cancel the tree, but a second one being that Tree of Life now actually has 100 overhealth, so it's very similar to Sound Barrier. So if Sharp came through on something like that Sombra to try to keep Necros from being able to play super aggressively going into that backline, you're not going to directly be countered by it. But Sharp at the moment, going for the Tracer, whether or not it's just to try and double blink onto Catwalk and deny the angle, or something that they actively want to stick onto, we're going to get to see in a minute, as it does look like it's going to be dive for dive.
A dive for dive coming through. It is a classic map for that, so not surprising, I suppose. But, with the fact that the first game was kind of just stagnant compositions, this one has been, having a little bit more variety. Cool Boy over the top, able to get the heals onto Isaac, also with the Thorn Volleys, is constantly going to put pressure, similar to like a Zenyatta-esque, but he's also primarily just going for those heals. I mean, this character is just kind of incredibly strong in that front as it stands.
Yeah, also going to be a lot harder to be able to collapse onto in terms of having that pedal platform and the dash that now gives you 50 healing immediately on activation as opposed to 25, as Necros is looking for a little bit of cloak pressure at the moment. Turkey not playing as aggressively as he wants to, but Isaac still having to be incredibly concerned. He wins in terms of the poke phase because Defense Matrix can neutralize the stickies, but if Turkey probably commits to this fight when a Nano Boost's in play, Defense Matrix is absolutely useless against the beam.
And I like that too. Necros got antied, so Cool Boy went immediately for that life grip. Make sure he was invulnerable temporarily there. Necros gets poked so low, but still has that double pocket. Also, that Baptiste window is available. Dawn not able to build towards that primal just yet, but the Valkyrie is there. Turkey went aggressive. Now goes for the copy and just smashes Hot Babe into the wall with those rockets. Eventually will be forced out of the copy, but the damage might already be done. One got rid of Necros, so now you don't have that Genji in this fight. Dawn also has that pocket over the top side. This is a great position for Ana players to kind of sit in, but the Blizzard is there. Dawn gets frozen and killed. The payload is still stopped. Anti comes through, but they're going to rely heavily on Turkey's damage. With the defensive matrix here, it might be hard, and the life tree as well. It's going to be very, very difficult to get this payload in. Necros pops the blade, will die for it after he got the kill already, so they got the value out of Necros as it stands. Isaac making sure the res doesn't come through. On's trying to go for it last second, but eventually will fade. And now, Dawn with the Primal Rage trying to find Cool Boy, but he just dashes away. Pedal platforms, eventually, one will find them over the high ground. So, they're still in this fight. Triple Esports trying to close out. Sharp finds Kaiser in that May as well. Necros will get found, and slowly but surely, Triple Esports have worked themselves back in. Isaac has the Diva Bomb, but won't even opt to use it. Dies on the payload. Triple Esports moving on a second.
I mean, in that entire fight as well, Triple Esports pulled halfway up to a nano boost, and Turkey nearly another duplicate. As they're going to have control of plane, they can just push so much spam damage into Oya as they try and regroup. There's Diva Mac doing a lot to be able to defense matrix out some of that Echo poke, but you can see having to really back off from being able to commit until they see the Echo away from those squishies. Turkey sees the Diva gone, tries to find a pick onto everyone left behind. Immediately, Isaac forced to use the self-destruct, and now Triple Esports can really apply that pressure.
Yeah, that's what it's for. I mean, self-destruct always just used to kind of remech it at times when you're kind of forced to take a lot of that space, so Isaac kind of backs up. Meanwhile, Kaiser on the low ground is kind of stalling this payload. One drops down, gets some healing from the Valkyrie Mercy. Turkey over the top, and the copy finds Hot Babe, already doing more than Necro so far on the Genji with the copy. Sharp able to find Kaiser as well. Baptiste and May removed. Turkey has built up the copied blade, but will get poked out of that form. Eventually, Necros comes back, says, no, I'm actually the better Genji. Forces him out of copy, and then finds that regular Echo cart still being pushed. 3 meters left, 2 meters left. Eventually, somebody touches, but the Pulse Bomb connects into Cool Boy, who pedal platforms up just to kind of celebrate that Pulse Bomb from Sharp. Now Dawn with the Primal Rage and Nano Boost is so much damage for Hot Babe to deal with. Just get juggled into a corner. Not much you could do as the Baptiste player there. One also finds Necros, and Triple Esports are so good at kind of playing this back and forth as yin and yang. Eventually will move forward onto third down.
Necros going to have the Genji blade, but one yet again going to be existing as this Ana with the potential of shutting it down. And even if you don't get slapped, who can the Genji really dive onto? The Mercy is going to be entirely unavailable unless you fully commit the blade just on the Mercy and the Echo. Sharp's going to be untouchable on this Tracer. One, by the way, an Ana against Genji, 0 deaths.
Oh my gosh. He's so good as it stands. I mean, one just playing at the back of the map, right?
He's so good in terms of positioning, and also Isaac just hasn't really been able to find the space. He's had to play so much more defensively to back out and try and peel for when Turkey shows up, that Necros has never really had the opportunity to be able to do just what he's doing now. Yeah. Finally gets to push forward with the blade, holds the deflect to stop any potential sleep, cutting it short, and will be able to hand one his first death.
Imagine one ends the map, or at least this round, with one death. Wouldn't that be poetic, Moxie?
Then ends the second with another one death.
Meanwhile, Triple Esports now get to walk in, knowing that blade has been removed. However, that was just one ultimate, so... Oh, yes.
Sojourn.
Sojourn coming through as well from Sharp's side. Meanwhile, Isaac drops down to the Mega Health Pack. Eventually, whoa, a window on the inside. Hot Babe tries to push forward with it, but now he's in an aggressive position. Though via that Ant Matrix, gets the Javelin one shot onto Sharp there in the open. Good shot from Isaac again. Has been a really important backbone of All Yeah so far in the team fights they've been winning.
Yeah, that Sojourn pick is going to make it an absolute nightmare for Isaac to be able to survive. Fortify is going to be pushed out so early in terms of the head hitbox for the Orisa playing into that Sojourn spam. As it is actually Isaac who's able to hand one another death, denying that nano boost at a crucial moment, given the fact that Turkey was posturing up to be able to use that shift and collapse in on the team, since Orisa, brilliant for self-survivability, awful for full team peel.
There's the Nano, also a copy available for Turkey on the backside. One now has to back up. into that Terra Surge, though, is Isaac, who gets killed immediately after using it. So they came back. Perfect peel from the side of Triple Esports, understanding that Isaac was a bit too aggressive on that ramp side. Now Kaiser is looking to delay, backs up as well, uses the cooldown just to live. Turkey goes for the copy to try to find a kill. If he can get Cool Boy here, that would be huge, but unfortunately with the copy, he's just kind of pressuring out the back. Still has that Ant Matrix as well. Cool Boy trying to live, rejuvenated dash rather to the box on the inside, and he's still able to find those kills. The copy lasting just long enough to find 2 in that copy, then drops down below to find the beam onto Cool Boy, and then on the K, so that's a 4K for him in that fight. In 1 minute left, a team wipe comes through. Can anybody touch? 2 meters left. A blade comes through from Necros, but no, he's not there in time. Triple Esports capture out.
Yeah, Turkey unfortunately was right next to Necros, waiting for the Genji to look out of spawn and slowed him down ever so slightly enough to be able to prevent that dash from touching the card in time to activate overtime. As we're going to get to, this was a really smart play from Triple Esports. They used that duplicate onto the D.Va to be able to collapse onto where amplification matrix is, and then Sharp drops the pulse bomb directly behind the other side of it as well. So Oya do not get to use any part of that Baptiste ultimate to be able to try and recover, knowing that their respawns are going to be able to regroup faster, especially because Hot Babe had actually swapped to the Kiriko in that fight to try and TP to everybody to just stall.
Yeah, I mean, that was not completely terrible there from yeah. I mean, meanwhile, on their now attacking side, what do you think about the Lifeweaver swap, Moxie? Do you think that it was working out for them at points? Is it better than, previous, or maybe none of this really matters and the real catalyst is the fact that they're kind of locking towards this Genji?
I mean, it was working out in terms of being able to grab people. One huge thing, unfortunately, that Isaac was having to deal with, especially on Iconvolt, was one, being able to, because he's not being pressured, right, by Necros being able to get into that backline, he gets to play super aggressively with those anti-nades, and as a result, Isaac was actually consistently being hit by the purple time and time again, so Killboy was actually using it as a reflex to be able to grab the tank back when that nade came through to guarantee survival, and is going to have to do it again, considering that Isaac is going to be even more vulnerable to the anti-healing, considering he's on Roadhog to try to just hook this Echo out of the sky, make sure that Turkey doesn't have the space, and also deny the dive from Don, who goes so low thanks to the Roadhog primary.
Oh my god, yeah, Turkey finds Necros as well. I mean, they don't really have an answer for Turkey at the moment. That's kind of been the biggest problem for yeah. I mean, they're pushing the card at the very least underneath, but, maybe Isaac can find this hook onto Turkey. However, they're getting a lot of that space as it stands. Immortality Field used from Hot Babe, but still gets deleted by Dawn. Necros will trade it back. Dawn is so low, but there's the res from Anj. I mean, just brings everything back. Isaac still pushing this cart, so it is getting close towards that checkpoint. However, now Sharp finds that kill. Isaac will shut down Turkey in the sky. Not very often do you see these Roadhogs just beam down the Echoes in the sky. Meanwhile, Sharp finds Cool Boy, and unfortunately, Isaac's kill kind of is for naught as it stands as he gets staggered.
Well, they have pushed the payload, like you said. That was the entire point of that push. Even Necros going in, super aggressive, as we're actually going to get to see the Ana come out on top. Oh, nade into just primary. They've nerfed the damage output on it as well, so you really do have to feel bad for this Genji. But like I said, they pushed the payload. They have the Genji who can literally just try and dash on top of it, as well as Isaac who can just walk forward and absorb a lot of this damage, splitting Triple Esports focus so that even though Turkey uncontested at the moment is going for the squishies, they can at least try and cap point.
Poppy comes through, has the Immortality Field on the Baptiste as well on the inside, Mega Health Pack to just live. I mean, Sharp and Turkey together combined for 2 now after the copy. Dwell just blasts Kaiser through his own copied amplification matrix, and now they find the full team wipe. Yeah, we're going back to the spawn doors with 2 minutes.
Here's the really sad thing. Sharp didn't combine with Turkey. Sharp won the 1v1 against Necros on the payload. So, yeah, weren't able to use that whole fight as a distraction and cap out, and as a result, now they still have to go for the super high skybox against an entirely uncontested Echo. They do all have ultimates available, however, but Triple Esports start things off by going super aggressive before they can use them.
Yeah, I mean, just absolutely shutting everybody down here. Cart pushing towards this payload, but Isaac with the whole hog, able to find one, make that two, so he's getting kills. Kaiser's also here, but with Sharp, the Valkyrie Mercy eventually pulls out the Glock. That was actually perfectly timed as well. The Blizzard, though, here on the payload. Does Isaac have enough damage? He'll take a breather here just to stay alive, but the pulse bomb afterwards as well. No damage reduction for that now. Amplification Matrix committed, so Dawn has to back up, get some healing. Perfectly played by him there to just live as Turkey just does all of the damage on the outside. Now 50 seconds left. Oh yeah, this is rough for them.
Now we're going to see the Tourbillon. Hot Babe going onto the Zen just to try and use the Discord Orb onto both Turkey, Dawn, and Sharp when they look for these dive intrusions. Hot Babe actually even going onto the Moira to try and use the Fate for self-sustain at the moment as one ultimate remaining for the team to try and push onto point B with Isaac slapped out of an engagement as well. Duplicate, oh my goodness, the BM onto the Tourbillon.
Ooh. He does get killed, though, because of the tree, right? And also Necros is there with the damage, so they're luckily able to deal with that from Triple Esports, but they'll be able to get a recontest with Turkey in just a second, who swaps to the Soldier. Also, Necros gets antied by one, and now just a few shots. Nice life grip, though. Oh my god, saved him last second. Now Necros knows the sleep dart isn't there, so he's going to look for one again. This time he comes out on top around the mini health pack, now dives onto Turkey, but gets chased down by Dawn also being there. Isaac's going to have to go nuclear if they want to win this. He's able to find Ange. You have the pocket here from the Life Weaver. It might just be enough to grip away. Isaac finds two in this fight, as well as that bubble gives them that space to move on to this second phase, though. Isaac, nice 3K from him.
Really good healing coming through from Coolboy, as well as utilizing those horns to be able to break the Winston bubble as quickly as possible. Necro's going to have the blade, but Isaac having that whole hog and getting platformed up onto ship to be able to deny even more space onto the back line. I love this play.
Yeah, this is a nice swap through. I mean, the play, first of all, like you said, by that blade from Necros, but it feels like to me Life Weaver is kind of like the new Moira, and now Hot Babe, because of just how much healing he does, and then Hot Babe also swaps to the Moira. So it's to me right now they have like double Moira, just infinite healing for all. Yeah, this might be the swap they needed.
Yeah, Coalescence going to be available, as well as Molten Core to be able to stop Triple Esports from being able to contest. Nano Tac Visor, however, is going to be pretty terrifying when you don't have a shield, considering Helix is still going to be able to splash AoE damage and take Isaac down.
Isaac on the Soldier swap, able to get those two. Also onto Necros as well, make that three. Isaac tried to go for a bit of an aggressive play there, but it cost him his life. Hot Babe also gets slept by one. No kill able to be found, though. Just Nano Visor play. Isaac went a little too far on the ship, and that was that.
He wants to take the fight on ship because he had the whole hog. If he was able to keep Triple Esports up against the ship, they would be taking maximum amount of damage from the ultimate, but unfortunately, it actually worked against him, as Coalescence still available. So too is going to be Tree, as Isaac takes Turkey down first.
These pedal platforms into hooks from Isaac on the top of the ship have been wonderful on Gibraltar, just to deal with that verticality. AT comes through as well, slows him down, but it might be too late. I mean, Hot Babe's here in the low ground, not going to die anymore because he's playing Moira, has that fade, has the classic suck ability. 2 minutes now, moving into third.
And now, as we head right back outside, forecast in the sky is going to be cloudy with a chance of forest spam. As Turkey is back on his signature pick. Hot Babe, there's no way you go for this. Especially losing Isaac. Look what you've done! Your flank cost you your Roadhog!
He's gonna go crazy, dude. Trust, believe. We just keep on. Honestly, Ops, just keep on him. Honestly, this is great. Just make sure we still stay on this Moira POV just to see what he does, because that was definitely one of the plays of all time. Huh? I mean, he was gonna set up that flank Coalescence, right? Maybe that could be something coming through. Coalescence play now into a Valkyrie with the blade. Do they find the kills though? This is actually not that bad. Anti comes through, but Necros is still able to find the 2 kills and then come back for the heals after the life grip. This combo is working out for them. Ange gets the res onto Sharp, but with that, oh yeah, have found that team win, that fight win.
Yeah, but Triple Esports have that win condition now built up as well. One has the nano boost, Turkey's on Farah, and we're in final fight territory, Dustin. Isaac at least off of the Roadhog onto the Diva can try and defense matrixes, but they need to deal with it and fast.
Yeah, Life Tree comes through. Can they deal with the Farah? It seems like so far they are. I mean, the pocket is there as long as they stay in this range, but the barrage with the nano boost is far too much damage. 2 kills onto Coolboy and Kaiser. Healing is not going to save you from Turkey's nano barrage plays. They find the stagger on the Necros.
And Coolboy now, seeing that the Pharah is back, has to go for hit scan. Kaiser even going onto the Bastion just to try and brute force through these chokes and deal with the Pharah playing a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, it's not bad. Good swaps from them. Meanwhile, over the top, you still have Sharp building towards that overclock. Dawn also sitting towards the payload of the Terra Surge. Last fight territory now. Isaac has that Diva Bomb at the very least, but they're the ones that have to play out on this payload. The onus is on them, so more than likely... Well, he tosses out an aggressive Diva Bomb, actually. And with that, space created for Coolboy to find Turkey. So with now they push towards that cart. Dawn has to back up after using that Javelin spin. Sharp also realizing the situation, tries to get out with his life, but Dawn drops the Terra Surge, dies doing so. Anj will get that res onto one. Maybe he thought the heals were there from Anj, but he was committing his resources just to getting that res. Sharp over the back, desperately trying to build the overclock, but with Necros breathing down your neck, it's going to be so hard to get any value. Now the Blade is here, kind of spawn camping them. Oh yeah, against all odds. Capture on Gibraltar.
Target focus throughout all of that last fight coming through from Oya was impeccable. They read the win condition from Triple Esports perfectly. One is 10% away from the nano boost. So what do? They go after the Ana. The res does come through from Anj, and immediately Necros intercepts the Ana after that resurrection, keeps her off of the angle. Meanwhile, Hotbabe DPS is down the Pharah, so even if one is able to build it up, they can't put it on their go-to target, and as a result, oh yeah, even without support ultimates, have the sustainability to keep themselves on the card.
I mean, that was just super clean from them, and now they're going to be back on attack again, Moxie, right? Because they have, I believe they had a less time bank, right?
Yeah.
And they seemingly have found their strategy, this double kind of heal composition, this main heals composition with the Lifeweaver and the Voira. It's working out for them.
Yeah, I mean, the pedal platform for the Roadhog has been perfect. Like, Isaac has been able to find so many early surprise hook locations because of being enabled by these pedal platforms. And you love to see them, because Lifeweaver, when he released, we were like, okay, cool, we're going to see some really smart plays come through from him. And then we didn't get to because no one used him. Since he did so little healing and he was so easy to be able to take down. But it seems like we're not going to be seeing the Lifeweaver come through this time around. Kaiser fully committing to the Bastion, understanding that Turkey's going to be on something like an Echo or a Pharah, and they need to be able to have the damage to just keep him out of the sky.
Yeah, Kaiser kind of taking a play out of the book from Peps, playing around that payload. Turkey tries to go in early, forces that immortality field. Necros also playing a bit back, has that Kariko this time instead of that Lifeweaver, also with the Baptiste. Hotbabe's able to find Turkey in the sky, also hits the body shot onto Anj. Necros is there. That was great work from the Kariko player. And then Necros on the Genji with the follow-up. Amazing from Oya.
Yeah, and this is really good placements coming through from Oya as well. By going for Isaac on the Diva and playing around payload with Kaiser, they guarantee even if they don't win these fights on the high ground, they're still getting payload distance. And even better for the team, they won the fights on the high ground, so they've been able to pick up point A.
Ooh, that's so fast. Now, into the streets phase, Isaac still going to be locking that Diva. Triple Esports staying with their composition as well. I mean, Kez are just playing around this payload during these team fights, continuously around this objective, making Dawn's life living hell. I mean, look at him. He's getting poked down already to 1 HP. Has to back up. He surely is going to die here unless he gets the double pocket, in which he does. Turkey gets that copy, immediately burned out of it though. Pulse bomb available from Sharp, but here's that Kitsune run. Sharp has to back away. Necros gets that kill onto one. Sharp can't even get the pulse off. He's taking far too much damage. Necros goes all the way down, gets burned by Turkey, but Kaiser's already found one kill. There's that pulse bomb, but the healing is too much. Kaiser with that mine finds Sharp as well, trades it, pulse for mine. Meanwhile, with the nano boost, Turkey tries to go in. Kaiser finds one with that artillery strike, but the nano surely is going to run out here for Turkey as he drops back down. Pushed off the payload, tracked down by Isaac, and they move on to third. Dawn drops down below, maybe unexpected. A bit of a push from Dawn, trying to push them off the payload in overtime, but now it's just you and Sharp. What more can you really do? Sharp finds one, but then Dawn immediately falls to Kaiser, who is now back. Sharp gets delayed. We could see a full cap in overtime.
No support ultimates available for Triple Esports. That's huge. They've got the duplicate, they've got the Terror Surge for the next fight, but they don't have the nano boost to enable the Echo. And as a result, Necros' Blade, alongside the spacing created from this Diva ultimate, could be absolutely huge.
And now, oh yeah, it's looking over the top side. Kaiser still has been a nuisance with that grenade. Incoming blaze from Necros onto Anj. Copy now comes through. Cool Boy will find Dawn. So both the Mercy and the Orisa removed. Turkey gets this copy again, but really not finding a lot of value as it stands. Maybe just going to live with his, get out with his life, get a full recontest here, but one's pushed back into the spawn. Diva Bomb from Isaac. He's just going to shut down the support. With that, Kaiser's able to find Sharp. Overtime ticking down, and it doesn't even matter because Oh Yeah have just claimed the entire map without losing a single team fight.
And from point A, Dustin, they were in overtime. That's insane. They played perfectly. They played absolutely perfectly. We got to see Necros on that Genji getting to overwhelm one on the Ana. Isaac on this Diva made it so much harder for Turkey to be able to find value in these lull phases where the Echo stickies would bait out so much utility from Coolboy having to use the Immortality Shield super aggressively. And a huge thing that we have to talk about, which was one of those big changes for this team, was putting Kaiser off of the Mei onto the Bastion. Because you heard it from Clyde, right? Bastion coming through, you have to play around him in two ways. You either try and collapse on top of him, or you play slow. And Triple Esports had to play slow. And when they wanted to collapse with the Nano Boost, Necros was there, making sure that they didn't get to make that play.
I mean, overall, fantastic work from the flex player of Yeah Kaiser. Has been doing quite well. Also, Necros on the Genji getting a little bit more value with that space created from it as well. Now, Triple Esports, they have to go to the drawing board maybe. 2 minutes to capture out Gibraltar is quite difficult.
Well, Kaiser's still going to be there on the Bastion. Necros definitely going to be looking for those engagements. Hot Babe as well, starting off on this Kiriko to be able to survive if a dive does come through, as Necros goes incredibly low, but the information has been picked up. Sharp on the Tracer, just going to keep the payload pushing. Very similar to the way that Yeah we're using that Bastion alongside Diva. Keep the payload in motion so that eventually Yeah have to give up the high ground.
That is gross. I mean, the Bastion just gets so much health after the armor. Also with that regeneration. Now a minute 25 seconds. Triple Esports. Dawn just pushing the payload. Yeah, sitting back. Waiting for the right time over the top. They're just happy taking ult charge, I guess.
Turkey just doing a little bit of poke damage. Holding up that duplicate, but this is really crucial. One's not really getting to supercharge up the Nano Boost, because now we're going to see them actually start to make their move.
Turkey now walks up, doesn't have the copy to set either. The heals there from the Mercy almost matters with that Mercy change. Actually does. Necros will find Turkey before the copy even comes through. Resi immediately there from Anj, but it does cost him his life. Now, do they want to commit ultimates? Turkey finds one on the Necros. Still has that copy, but Dawn is not going to be able to follow up, so he's just going to play back. Wait for the supports.
This is what we wanted to see from this team of Yeah when they were running Genji previously. Run him alongside Isaac so the Diva does the majority of the damage and Necros can come in with those dashes and a handful of shurikens to be able to pick up the kill and then still sit around the area so that even Thrust comes through. You get the Mercy, as there it is again!
Why is it on the way? The Nano Mercy? Anj gets the kill on Necros with the Nano Mercy, but like at what cost? His entire team is... I think it was an accident, right? It must have been one...
Yeah, I think they were aiming for Turkey, but Turkey evaporated so quickly, he got absolutely cooked. Because now it means 10 seconds left, they can't nano Turkey to get out of spawn to touch. And Yeah, there's no way that they lose it. They walk away with Gibraltar.
Oh my god. That's got to be a tilter, honestly, at that point, for the likes of Triple Esports to lose on Gibraltar. Potential reverse sweep now. That opens the door, right? They've figured out their compositions. It's taken them a long time, Moxie, but it does feel like they've figured something out, right?
Yeah, as long as they don't run into the Sombra. That's my one concern, because if we are going to see the Genji paired alongside the Diva for these dives to actually be able to find their targets on the backline, the Sombra deals with both of them. We've already seen that the Sombra deals not just adequately, but incredibly aggressively well with the Genji, but also incredibly well with the Diva. You hack her down and she literally just becomes a battery for EMP. I was really surprised, actually, that we saw Sharp commit to the Tracer rather than the Sombra, given how well they'd been using it the majority of the match so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting to see what Triple Esports do on this next one, because surely they'll think about making some sort of game plan swap or team composition swap, because Yeah have just been except for the Genji, right? Just removing that character from the equation. They've been throwing so many different looks at the likes of Triple Esports, right? Throwing out the Lifeweaver, throwing out the Kariko, throwing out the Bastion, like you said. Isaac playing that Diva over to the Roadhog, over to the Orisa. There's so many different things that Triple Esports have had to deal with, which we've obviously not seen just yet, right? Like previously versus Peps and SRP Check, it was just nonstop Ryan, May, Bastion, or Symmetra Bastion, or Symmetra May constantly. And this one, we're just getting so much variety besides that Genji and the Echo.
Yeah, it's really interesting actually, like talking to Oya, they describe themselves, their playstyle, as basically forcing these teams into playing Overwatch at its heart, in terms of Overwatch being a counter picking competition. And we saw that in full on Gibraltar, because Triple Esports, they had their win condition, they had like this composition that obviously they've been really practicing for a very long time that they wanted to keep running, and would just go through all of these different changes, all of these different strategies. Even if they didn't change the heroes, they would change how they were using their abilities to counter what Triple were running. And Triple, this is the crucial thing, Triple refused to swap, Triple refused to counter pick, as opposed to who did go for those counter picks, and as a result found so much more value. They punished stubborn teams. That's always been what they've been best at. So moving forward in this series, like you said, we have to see adaptation come through from Triple's side. Otherwise, they figured it out. They have the means to be able to make this a full reverse sweep.
Yeah, that was absurd, the full cap in overtime after the attack came through, because it was looking nicely for them in previous rounds. But now, obviously, the team is still deciding, Triple Esports still deciding what map they want to go to. And it seems like they're taking your advice, Moxie. They're really talking about things, trying to figure out what map would be best against the likes of because obviously that was the, what was it? That was just the payload map, right? Obviously, escort map. So, which that means that we're going into push next. So, there's going to be a lot of hard maps to go against if they've kind of figured out the Bastion with the Genji, because, any of the push maps should favor that composition, right?
Yeah, I mean, you think about someone like Esperanza, where there's going to be really good value. The skybox is absolutely ginormous. There's a lot of high ground as well to be able to play an Ana super defensively. We can, however, these games have been going so long on broadcast, actually see that some of our other matches have finished before we finish this one. It does look like we can have a look at our lower bracket run, as Team Peps were able to beat Raspberry Racers 3-0 and will continue in this competition. Ataraxia obviously still having to wait to see the team that they are going to be pitted up against. Going to have to wait a little bit of time to see their match and the outcome of that. But like you said, absolutely insane push coming through from Looks, however, like we do have potentially an answer of what Triple want to do, alongside potential for a substitution.
Okay, Coliseum will be our next map. Triple Esports, like you said, have that potential to make some sort of sub or change. 6-3 on Gibraltar is definitely not a scoreline you see very often. But we and you, Moxie, we see a lot of these like 9-6 or something, some ridiculous scorelines a lot of the time. Coliseum, not a map that's really like that. Obviously, the checkpoints are a big thing, and we saw in that first game of the day between SRP Check and Peps that it was only 1-0. Like, I think that. What is it? I don't even know if they got the first checkpoint to win Coliseum. Talking about SRP Check on this map. This is definitely a map that is up in the air for who could win it as it stands. Look better, more improved, but Triple Esports still have that map advantage. So even if they drop this one, they got that cushion to bring us to another control, which they won relatively easy.
Yeah, well, we are actually going to be seeing a change come through on the side of Triple Esports. So there it is. My hope that they would look at what Oya are running and start to push and really play into this counter-picking strategy that Oya forces their opponents to adapt into. Very much alive, as Mo is going to be coming in to play the tank. Potentially we're going to see a little bit of Diva come through to try and match if Isaac decides to field towards that one. Maybe we get a little bit of the Orisa as well, because Kaiser is most likely going to still be running the Bastion, and I think this is where Turkey's like full flexibility comes into play for Triple. You can play the Pharah or the Echo in the first fights for spam, or you can put them onto something like Sojourn. When she released, when this first map originally released, was so oppressive in that first fight that we would have a full 2 minutes of time to have to fill before anyone actually made an actual move.
Yeah, that was honestly the dark days of Overwatch 2, Mox. You don't remind me of that. The Sojourn meta casters across the board hated it. It was so funny behind the scenes. People were like, I just want to play this. Please, no more Sojourn, because she's so freaking strong. Just like everybody waits around the map and then she one-shots and then moves in. Now we're out into the light. Now that's what I was saying about the damage creep earlier. It feels like a lot of characters in this game just do that much in terms of value. A lot of the tracking characters, like I said, Bastion earlier, Echo with the beam, the tractor beam, as I like to call it, and also, you know, with the Torbjorn, like you said, being another character, high HP, solid damage output with the fire right now. So many things have been changing continuously in these patches, resulting in teams kind of just mixing it up and going away from the Sojourn. But, you know, earlier we did see Sharp play that Sojourn. Did Turkey play the Sojourn yet in the series? I feel like he did at one point, I think, on
he played it on
Busan.
Mecha base.
Yeah, so both of them have it in their hero pool traditionally.
Yeah, so we could see that Sojourn potential. Necros obviously still, interestingly enough, actually going to be in for, oh yeah, no Kaya coming through, so they are still going to have to play this Genji.
They want to, I guess. I mean, it's fair play. They won the last map, so it could go in their favor again.
Well, we've seen it work, but we've also seen it fail. This is the problem, and a lot of it hinges on whether Triple Esports play the Sombra or play the Tracer. And it does look like Oya are going to be a lot happier with what comes through those gates. Sharp going to be on the Tracer trying to find those flanks. Is really going to have a tough time because Kaiser is there on the Bastion in anticipation of the aerial defense.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking about the Mercy changes earlier on Eichenwalde not really mattering, but definitely on Gibraltar we saw some of the effects too, right? With the Pharah or the Echo dying with relative ease compared to previous patches. Meanwhile,
well, they
both
didn't
teams...
nerf for healing, is the thing.
No.
They only nerfed damage beam, I thought.
Oh, okay. There we go. Turkey forces away, or gets forced away rather from Isaac. Nade comes through onto Hot Babe. Sitting back, Kaiser, meanwhile, tries to get some pressure on the front line. Turkey now pushed out because Necros is there with the Baptiste, but with Regenerative Burst, it's just far too much healing. Cool Boy takes out Turkey. Rez potentially comes through from On. She's focused down, but too much peel onto him keeps him alive. Turkey will get rezzed as well, so we're back in an even fight, but without the resurrect. Mo dives onto this Bastion, but gets immediately removed. Also, the nade is there, so Sharp is there with the follow-up on the Necros. They trade the mech for the kill, and you'll take that any day of the week. Isaac pressured out. Will lose the mech on this inside angle, but Hot Babe will find the Baby Diva, but not after. It's far too late. Turkey has the nano boost and is able to pressure out Kaiser and Baby Diva of Isaac. That's a 3K for him in this fight as they steal the robot.
Yeah, Sharp's literally just playing bodyguard at the moment to make sure that Necros isn't actually able to find these kills onto one, and as a result, the Ana lived through the entirety of the fight, ult up the Nano, and enable Triple Esports win condition of nanoing the Pharah. As we are going to see Necros take the Pharah down in a position where it's not resable, but unfortunately, Necros and Hot Babe both get taken out, as Oya are going to have to back up and wait for reinforcements.
Yeah, they tried to go for a bit more, it looked like, in that angle when they could have just taken that kill and maybe backed off, but now this robot still under the archway here, incoming. Strike from Kaiser in the ultimate of Bastion, but not able to really find anybody. He's scouting around it. He's just only going to use one, I guess, in that fight. Maybe he used two earlier on, but Barrage now available from Turkey. Waiting to go for that dive with the concussion. Over the top left. Meanwhile, there's so many ultimates for Oya. 4 Triple Esports also have 4, so it's an ult game. Back and forth. Hot Babe finds one. Necros pops the blade. We'll find both supports immediately after popping that blade. 2 for him. Sharp does! Oh my god! Get a 2K pulse bomb. Tries to get with his life. He's trying to go for that mega health pack on the coastal side at 1 HP, but Isaac is there with the blasters from across the map. Great work from that Diva to track down Sharp, knowing exactly which health pack he was going to.
Oh, they're off the Bastion. Kaiser's now onto the Mei. And as a result, I mean, the fights are starting to widen out into these more open spaces. We've already seen the Bastion losing a lot of value in regards to that one. But this means one less counter to Turkey on the Pharah just as that nano boost is about to come online.
Amplification Matrix used in the open. Keeps everybody healthy though. Isaac has to get those heals. He does so. Triple Esports now backing up, just avoiding that Ant Matrix to go in with their own Nano Boost, and now they do. Nano Barrage play comes through. Coolboy removed. Kitsune Rush is here, but it's so hard to deal with Turkey. And this Nano. Kaiser's dead immediately afterward. That's 2. Sharp will also find Necros. Team wipe comes through for the likes of Triple Esports.
That was Kitsune Rush, Mei Wall, Mei Block, Genji Deflect, Kiva's Defense Matrix, everything invested to try to save themselves from the follow-up damage of that nano boost. But like we talked about, right, missing that Bastion just means, unfortunately, that the floodgates for Turkey have opened. It means that Sharp is having a little bit harder of a time to be able to win the neutral into the backline, but Turkey is entirely uncontested as a result, and Isaac is forced onto the Orisa.
No recall for Sharp, backs up into an angle where his team could heal him, but Ange loses his life to Coolboy. Nice shots from him out of the Mercy. Now one is dove upon. Sharp is here for the peel, but Necros actually gets melted by Turk on the inside. They're keeping one alive here. They go deep for him, actually, but Isaac tries to go for the Javelin. It's immediately defensive Matrix on the inside, but Isaac still finds Turkey in one, and then eventually they just track down Mo on the inside. Sharp able to find Kaiser, but the stagger now comes through. Oh yeah, are in control of the robot once more.
Turkey's building up towards the barrage, but Isaac now being on the Orisa means that you can cancel it out entirely as opposed to Defense Matrix, which only eats the damage when Matrix is available. However, Sharp trying to find an off angle is going to contest the robot so that Oya aren't able to pick up a lead in terms of distance, and Triple Esports can look to re-engage since Turkey is so close to ult.
Necros is deep in the backline, dashes off, and it deleted in the sky. What a shot from Turkey that immediately after the deflect was canceled. Now the barrage comes through. No nano used. In fact, the Mei ultimate kills him in the sky. Nice Mei ult from Kaiser to zone out that barrage. Now Ange goes to the res and actually gets it with the defensive Matrix there. Javelin tried to come through from Isaac. Unfortunately, did not connect. Now that Pharah's back, gets the nano. So part 2 of the reign of the Pharah. Javelin just to knock him back temporarily, but you still have the nuisance that is Turkey. However, he is shut down eventually. Oh yeah, do a good job just getting those kills while Turkey had the nano boost. They actually end up with more, and Reclaim the Robot will have the meter advantage too.
Necros is going to have ultimate. Coolboy's also going to have amplification matrix. Sharp now onto the Sombra, purely in anticipation of this blade coming through, understanding that the simple hack on the Genji is immediately going to circumvent so much of its threat.
Turkey shuts him down before they could even do anything. That comes through as well. Kaiser found a pick on the left. But 48 meters, they'll take the advantage as Triple Esports control the robot again.
Self-destruct available for Mo, but it's the neutral that you have to be most worried about. Self-destruct can buy themselves spacing to be able to not have to worry about amplification matrix, send it right through the window, and all you're going to have to scatter. But that's if they can even get in position to be able to set it up, as here's the spam to make sure that Triple Esports gets pushing into distance.
Kaiser just poking with the icicles. Meanwhile, Turkey over the top doing the same thing. Ant Matrix committed by Coolboy, but it's immediately booped off the high ground. Now Genji comes for Ange. Ange dashes away, then goes to the backline. Has Anti on him. Mo comes through to find him with the boop kill. Necros has found Ange, though, in that, so no more Mercy here. Understanding that, it looks like Hot Babe is going for the flank. Looking for one. Understanding that's their healing on the back. They're able to push them out of here for now. Hot Babe's able to get Sharp. Turkey does find Hot Babe. Nano's still available, like you said, but he's pressured so hard by the Terror Surge. Isaac gets him before he can even pop the Nano onto Turkey. So Turkey needing some healing without his Mercy. Now we'll get him back, but the Javelin boops Ange away. Potentially will find the kill. No, he won't, because Turkey zones out with this barrage play. Able to maneuver his way around while low HP to find that kill. Now they have that man advantage. Able to just regroup around this payload, around the robot. And Turkey will find Necros as well.
Sharp's gonna have the EMP, one still sitting on the nanoburst, and Turkey's really starting to pick up momentum, Dustin, as these stagger picks are brutal.
Oh, it's a Quake montage? What the hell? Turkey going off at the moment. Nice direct shot from him.
Absolutely insane, catching the Baptiste mid-exo boot relocation. as he still hasn't even been nano boosted. This is all just off of Mercy damage pocket.
This is disgusting. Kitsune Rush now. Nano boost to try to counter it. On the low ground, immediately ice blocks here as well. Can build it back so fast too with the Kitsune Rush. EMP still available from Sharp though. Over the top, they see Isaac. But now his position has been revealed, so he has to rotate around Turkey though. Has already gotten maximum value via Sharp just being there, able to get that kill onto the Mei. Both this Sombra and Pharah have been so hard to deal with. Coolboy uses that immortality field to just live. Also Suzu here, so double immortality field temporarily, but Hot Babe combines with him to find the kill onto Turkey. Rez comes through onto one to bring it back into this fight, but Hot Babe finding value on Kariko at the moment. That's 2 for him in this fight with those kunai. Make that 3 onto Anj. Great work from the support player of Oh Yeah to reclaim the robot.
Yeah, but that was so much stall. The reason that 1 was brought back up was to be able to build more nano boost charge, but also keep the objective stalled for as long as possible, because in the fight, Oh Yeah was so occupied trying to deal with Turkey that Triple Esports got to pick up damage advantage.
Wait, Mo's just gonna lose mech, dropping down. But does use that self-destruct. It's frozen! No! Was trying to remech, but got into that Mei freeze. Kaiser, what a perfectly placed Blizzard. Gives them that distance advantage now that they so desperately need it.
They've got Terror Surge as well to be able to keep Triple Esports from being able to contest. 1 trying to build up the nano as quickly as possible. Necros tried to put himself into an advantage point to use the blade through window, but gets spotted out and hacked and has to abandon the perch, and more space opens up for Triple.
They come back into this one, but the checkpoint was also received. By the way, Necros deflects early. 1. This has kind of been a battle. Just a 1 versus Necros matchup. 1 versus 1. Mono mono on the back line. Necros dashes on him, goes for the blade, and finds the kill onto 1 before he can pop that sleep dart. But that might just be enough too, because the zone's off the res. Cool. Hot Babe's able to find Mo. Anj though will get the res eventually, so it does even the fight. But now there's the Terra Surge onto 1. Eventually be tracked down, but Turkey with the nano boost able to find Necros 1. It costed him his life, but he's able to get off that nano play. Overtime now ticks down. Turkey still pressuring in with Sharp on the high ground. So in the overtime, it looks like they're able to whittle away Oh Yeah's HP and reclaim this robot, but they have 17 meters and the entire map to cross.
But Oh Yeah have an amplification matrix that can be cancelled by EMP and Barrage, which has to be cancelled by Isaac's Javelin throw, but it's been baited out so early, so many different times by Triple Esports. Oh Yeah have to play this perfectly, Dustin, otherwise this map slips through their fingers.
Sharp sitting with the EMP. Oh Yeah. The split. He's ready to go on to this back line. Goes for it into the Kitsune Rush. On to Hot Babe. Turkey's there with the Nano Barrage, but he gets deflected by Necros in the sky. Kitsune Rush still here. Resurrect comes through, but do they have the follow-up damage to kill him? No, they don't, but it doesn't matter because Hot Babe's able to find Mo. Sharp though trades it back. Necros is gone. Blizzard here from Kaiser on this payload to zone the robot, but 1 can still touch back in their favor. Turkey as well finds Kaiser. Hot Babe able to find Sharp has been so impactful on this Kariko, but it's Isaac the tank. There is no tank for Triple Esports. Mo has to come back with the self-destruct all the way back from the spawn. Turkey just tries to delay. The spawn doors are closer for Oh Yeah. Kaiser will be back on the Bastion, so this could be favorable. Hot Babe again goes aggressive on the Kariko. Necros is back onto Anj. Isaac with the Terra Surge, and nobody else here to touch besides Mo. He gets the self-destruct off, but does cost him his life. It's just Sharp. Surely he can't do this alone, and we're going to a map 5.
2 back-to-back map 5s coming through for the team. Oh my goodness, Isaac is going to be able to walk away with play of the game. Really, like, that swap onto the Orisa is absolutely instrumental in being able to deal with that pharmacy, and I love the fact that it's so calculated from Oh Yeah, because by putting Isaac onto the Orisa, they make it harder for Necros to be able to dive into the backline, and you actually see a difference in terms of when he takes those engagements. Instead of Necros being the one to make the first move when he's alone and instantly getting spotted and taken down, he waits until everyone from Triple Esports is occupied and the Ana is too far away for the Mercy to be able to peel from the Pharah in time to actually help the Ana. Times the deflect, holds it until he sees the sleep go through, and then commits onto the fight. And as a result, like you said, it turns into Necros versus 1. That 1 versus 1 denying the Ana the ability to be able to pocket the Diva mech just allowed to be able to win so many of those fights in a row.
Oh yeah, bringing us to map 5. I can't say I expected it after the first 2 maps the way they went, but I mean, that's just what I am assuming good coaching, good teamwork and communication can do for a team. Just
they don't
making
have
those
a coach. Honestly, I was talking to them and they were like, yeah, sometimes like Lightbringer shouts at us and says that we shouldn't do like these specific things, but that's about it. Like these guys, they don't scrim.
Oh my god.
They literally like they just queue into Overwatch and they have comms and they play on instincts. Like they honestly are a very ranked ladder style team in terms of how they approach a lot of these fights, how they approach a lot of these engagements, and as a result it forces these matchups into just devolving into absolute chaos. And sometimes these teams, they land on their feet, other times they tumble through the flooring. And on Colosseo, they tumbled through the flooring a little bit towards the tail end of that map, and as a result, reverse sweep very much on the table.
It is. Now we'll go to the map 5, but we have to go to a break before it, just to take a little bit of a breather, guys. So go get your restroom break or a snack or something, because we'll see you for map 5 in just a bit.
You like solving problems. Problems like how to stop that tracer from deleting your backline. I know just what you're thinking. Go bring a turret. But y'all can't solve all your problems by simply bringing an extra friend to the battlefield. For that, you need the Contenders Torbjorn skin. Solve your problems by connecting your Battle.net account to Twitch. After that, watching Overwatch Contenders Summer Series will contribute to your drops progress, letting you claim your Overwatch Contenders Torbjorn skin. Even your turret gets an upgrade. Warning, the Overwatch Contenders Torbjorn skin does not come with extra or upgraded turrets. Build instructions will not be provided. By picking Torbjorn, you waive a claim towards any destroyed turrets. No refunds, no exchanges, and no take-backsies.
Welcome back, everybody, to the playoffs, and we're tied up 2-2. I mean, this was not expected after the first 2 maps. Now, oh yeah, have brought us back. They open the door on Gibraltar, and pretty much now it's wide open for this 5th map. We have yet to see who's going to win it in this upper bracket between oh yeah and Triple Esports. Like you said, Moxie, earlier, whoever loses this match, Ataraxia is waiting for them in the lower bracket. They've been waiting so freaking long. At this point, they're probably sleeping. They're like, guys, let's just get a nap in before this game because I don't even know who's going to win oh yeah and Triple Esports. Let's go in the distance.
I mean, look, we're just making sure that everyone who's watching is getting the hours necessary to be able to get their contender skins, okay? You guys get some amazing matchups. You got to see Iliari play as well a little bit earlier. Not so much after the first couple of games. And unfortunately as well, when she was being utilized, she was losing, unfortunately. So, it's a shame that she's not really having quite the explosive win record that we were sort of expecting to see her come in and immediately just like start up such a stir because of her damage output and just the insane synergy that you can really combo certain other things in terms of the ultimate. But more and more we're seeing that trying to double layer ultimates in terms of long-term economy is just not the way to go. It's the reason why teams like Triple Esports, they don't like investing nano barrage, they just go nano neutral and use that nano to be able to build up things like the barrage for after. And no surprises, it is going to be Triple taking us where that nano and that barrage is going to have its most effect. And that's going to be Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, Lijiang Tower, obviously, like you said, perfect map for Turkey. Also, Don will be coming back in for Triple Esports instead of Mo, so he's going to be subbed out, the Diva player for Triple Esports. Don playing more of that Orisa, at times playing the Winston. Overall, Triple Esports figured out their game plan, but you are going to the map number 5, after where it seemed like you guys were going to take the W, right? And just after map number 2, you're like, okay, they're going to come through, just going to get this 3-0. And now, oh yeah, have brought it back after an amazing push in overtime on Gibraltar on their second attack. Who would this even favor? Obviously, you think it favors Turkey and the likes of Triple Esport on this map, Moxie, or is it very sub-map dependent?
Again, super sub-map dependent. We've seen a lot of teams, however, still try and force things like Farah and Echo onto control center by going cliffside and just using the high ceiling of that point itself to be able to keep constant spam damage into those choke angles. But oh yeah, very much not going to be playing around those choke off angles, very much wanting to just monopolize as much space as possible. I'm a big fan of seeing Don come through. Whether or not he's playing the Winston, that's going to be great in terms of building up nano charge super quickly. It literally was the traditional starter to ye old and dive compositions all the way back in Overwatch 1. You wouldn't fully commit into a fight. You would have your Winston just go in, show up, take a little bit of what we call face tank damage, and allow the Ana to be able to build up into the nano where you properly went in with the dive. And that's very much Triple's MO. It's just instead of nanoing the tank for the engagement, they nano the DPS.
Yeah, I mean, Turkey has done so much with it so far, and it seems like we do have a lot of, like you said, really good Farah players over here in the European region. Maybe that also is the reason why we're not seeing the new support too. I mean, like, what do you do with the pylon when it just gets tapped by a Farah, right? I mean, it's so hard to kill it too, still with that mercy healing, like you said, in the sky. So, maybe a little bit of an overrated character. I hate to say it, Moxie, it might be a little overrated. Is that fair? A little overrated?
Just wait until NA matches tonight.
Yeah, well,
hopefully we get to see it properly being utilized for these Orisa static compositions, because man, I tell you, there are some really, really horrible compositions that you can play static with an Iliari if you want to be able to just go for the most annoying thing to walk in and out of a choke into. As Triple Esports, they're going to be super happy. They get Gardens right off the bat. This is the best Farah map in all of Overwatch, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's a disgusting start for the likes of Triple Esports, but you have been able to deal with it so far. We'll see how they do it. I mean, they're setting up already in White Room as Triple Esports take the outside angles.
Don's on the Wrecking Ball as well, potentially to try and come in, just disrupt this team composition, pile drive for Turkey to be able to use it as a moment to go for some of these double taps onto the squishies, and there he is already forcing out the immortality field.
Wait, but that was perfect from Cool Boy. Turkey fell off the map?
Oh.
Or no, he killed himself with the rocket, I see. Okay, on the
Flash
coastal side.
damage back,
Yeah, Isaac has gotten Anj as well, so no more Turkey or Anj. One just decides to jump off the map. And, oh yeah, explosive burst onto this point. Cool Boy perfectly placed the immortality field.
Yeah, perfectly placed, but unfortunately, it's pretty easy to counter as a Wrecking Ball, because if you pile drive the Baptiste up, he does actually go over, as now, you're right, he unfortunately did ricochet one of his primaries off of that wall, and as a result, it backfired and took the Pharah down, and Triple Esports had to go for the full reset as a result.
You can't really feel bad for Pharah players, I mean, playing the broken character.
Listen, I play Pharah on DPS.
Yeah, well, you're like, are you better than Yazan or Turkey on Pharah, Moxie? No. That's what I thought. Turkey with the barrage, setting up towards the point. Immortality field used early, so he can go for that barrage whenever he wants, but defensive matrix still available. Dawn, oh my god, what a boop into that barrage is there as well. Kaiser's able to find one, but too late. Immediate resurrect come from Anj. It does cost him his life, though. Isaac will lose the mech, tries the Diva Bomb, but it does cost him his life. A lot of ultimates committed in that one. Triple Esports coming on top.
They'll be able to find that flip, and they also have a lot of stall potential in Dawn's Hammond mines, but Kaiser has the means of instantly being able to cleanse them with that artillery strike. Dawn just waiting to see whether or not Oya do try and commit on that bridge side, looking for a knockoff potentially, but they're going to have to go side room rotation, and that allows Turkey to really get the spam damage going.
Dawn sitting back, still has the mines ready to go. Turkey's still spamming here as well, incoming. Into that form, Kaiser goes as well as he has the ultimate, but just looking to just deal as much damage as he possibly can. Katsuni Rush is here. Turkey's able to find Cool Boy with it. Sharp also onto Kaiser, so that's the swap they make. That Ana over that Kariko when it's panning out.
Yeah, really good Kitsune Rush coming through from one as Oya tried to properly push into that point. Dawn doing a very good job as well of using that 6-second spin to make sure that Isaac is denied any peel available from his backline, and that Necros is not able to dive alongside the Diva and play off of some of those low health targets, as the artillery strike is now invested to make sure that Triple Esports are forced off of these angles. And it catches one!
Oh my god, we rarely see that. More to the zone. Allows Necros to get the kill with the blade. Comes back through on the inside angle of the dojo, but the deflect runs out and Sharp will find him. Meanwhile, Dawn just goes to the point, dies for free basically, as Sharp tries to bring things back in their favor. Gets a kill. Barrage comes through from Turkey. It is zoned back away. Isaac gets Sharp out of the picture. Turkey also doesn't have any heals, so needs to come back. Oh yeah, have this objective in pretty safe hands.
Yeah, even though they do start to lose some of those players because they forced Triple Esports off of that hold, because Anj had to be out of position to res one back up, they literally just got to walk onto the point and ignore a majority of the barrage damage and can literally hedgehog now onto the point to just keep it stalled out, so Triple Esports can't find the flip and can't find a lot of this poke pressure value.
Valkyrie committed. Necros with the dash tries to get on to Turkey, at least force him away. I mean, he's doing a good job of avoiding these direct shots from Turkey. Isaac also has found Dawn earlier. I mean, it's been a tough game for Dawn on the Wrecking Ball, it feels like, as all move up to 90%.
Turkey's trying to build up this pressure, but without one on the Ana, without that nano boost to be able to enable him, he doesn't have the damage reduction to try to deal with a setup Bastion.
And Dawn sitting back. 80% towards those mines. Goes for the slam early. We'll build them up. There comes the Amp Matrix and Cool Boy, though. Gives them that space and the heals with the damage. Meanwhile, Isaac sits on that point with the Diva Bomb too. Necros finds Turkey as well, just in the neutral. And then Anj, I mean, I'm sorry for doubting you, Necros. 3 for him in this fight. Comes back for Dawn. Make it a 4 for the Genji player of as they win round number 1.
Making up for Eichenwald, that's for sure. Now that he doesn't have to worry about that Ana and can just go straight for the exposed Pharah and Mercy, as we're gonna get to see like really good barrage coming through to split off a lot of that Kitsune Rush pressure, but unfortunately not able to really deal with the Diva mech, and as a result, we just got to see Isaac come through, mitigate so much of that pressure without the nano boost, the damage reduction on that Pharah. Necros and Kaiser just get so much more confidence to be able to hold that ground and take the pharmacy down before it becomes problematic.
Jeez, Necros. I mean, disgusting from him in that fight. Also, Triple Esports now move on to the inside map, Moxie, meaning, no more Pharah.
Yeah, and this is where we're going to see that flexibility come into play. Turkey onto the Sojourn, just the way we saw on Mecha Base. Dawn actually going to go for the Reinhardt into Isaac's Orisa. This is a really tough matchup for the Rhine to take, considering that your shield is just going to be battered from afar.
Yeah, I don't know about this swap from Triple, and you called it earlier, Moxie. Oh yeah, just making Triple Esports so uncomfortable at the moment as they win fight 1.
Yeah, like you can even try to go for the Farah pick, but they just don't want to. If they try and go for the Farah pick, one's going to be left too vulnerable and jumped upon either by Necros or Hot Babe or a combination of the two. And as a result, they put him onto the Baptiste to be able to enable Dawn, but they don't have the Symmetra teleporter the way we see SRP Check use it. And as a result, look at this pressure coming through. The Sojourn will be able to delete the Bastion, but you still have to deal with the Orisa.
The Hot Babe dashes back. Turkey on the left side, looking for Hot Babe, dashes away. Necros is already dead to Ange earlier on. Hot Babe will find Turkey as well. Didn't get any heals there in that fight because one went incredibly aggressive. Pops the Ant Matrix, Immortality Field to keep Dawn alive here as well. Isaac can't find that kill on him because of it. Also with the Ant Matrix just giving too many heals. Sharp also there on the off angle, able to kill Isaac. So even though they lost Turkey, they're still winning this team fight. Looking to claim this objective, but Kitsune Rush is here. Ant Matrix still also available, so that's so much damage from Hot Babe. Dawn is dead. Necros finds one, so it looked like Triple was going to win. Oh, yeah, bring it back, though.
Isaac stayed alive the entire time because of those new changes to fortifiers. Oh, Kaiser, that's so mean. Sees Turkey waiting around in the choke, knows that the Sojourn's going to be super close to the overclock, the one thing that can punish this Orisa in terms of how large the hitbox is, and gets taken down. And as a result, Triple Esports now denied the spacing, pushed into a choke where they're going to eat so much poke pressure before the fight begins. And this is just stalling them from being able to push onto the point and picking up, oh yeah, so much point percentage.
Yeah, this is going to be gross. Necros also has the blade ready to go. I mean, this is great position for Genji usually in these situations. Terra Surge comes out into this blade as well as the support from the back, but he's zoned out because of the beat drop. Deflect runs out. Overclock will be able to get him killed and removed back to the spawn. Meanwhile, point flip comes through, but Isaac has found Dawn. Dawn went a little bit too aggressive on the outside now. Oh yeah, are in a decent position with double healer. Also with Kaiser still sitting in aggressive position. Mail from Sharp here tries to find somebody frozen, but he cost him his life. And now without him, they also lose Turkey. Ange gets tracked down by Cool Boy. 90% flip. I don't even know if they get a clean touch as they get delayed.
Can't freeze through Fortify as Isaac takes full advantage and moves into choke to intercept anyone who can try and tap point. And Dustin, that's it. That's game. Oh yeah, once again, push a team to the absolute brink in terms of having to go for those counters and rip them to shreds as a result. I really wish Triple had just committed to either the Pharah or the Echo and tried to just continue to play to their strengths, because you can. If you play coastal side, you can still apply a lot more pressure, especially onto the back line. But they go for the Reinhardt, they try and play directly in to Control Center's traditional strengths, and as a result, they fall too short.
I mean, I might be speculating a little bit, but that definitely seems like there's some potential mental boom in this as well, you know, considering the fact that they were already up 2, then started losing, you know, after a little bit of banter back and forth in the chat room between both teams. And then, oh yeah, just kind of just stayed focused, just showed some great resilience. And, you know, obviously make that reverse sweep in 2-0 fashion on the last map, too, definitely speaks to their overall teamwork and communication.
Yeah, I mean, we got to see as well the dynamic between current Orisa and current Reinhardt. And, like, that was actually what ended up costing this team the map. When they lost Dawn, we saw that they tried to throw that Blizzard out in the hopes that, okay, we've lost our Reinhardt, but as long as he charges back to us when he respawns, we're still going to be able to take this fight on point with a tank. They use it to try and zone, and Isaac sees it and just hits shift. And Orisa can't be frozen in the Blizzard, so he gets to play super aggressive, and not only have they been able to buy that space back off the point, they've also depleted, sunk the entire ultimate economy from Triple Esports side, so when they get stuck up in choke, there's literally nothing that they have on their side to be able to throw out and push or back, and they can't hit into overtime and try and dethrone any of the backline because the Orisa just bodies through every single one of them.
Wow, I mean, what a series we had on our hand. Both series so far today. We have one more as well. But before then, we are going to have an interview with the winner of that game, Hot Babe, from the side of Oh Yeah. We'll have to pick his brain, talk to him about what happened in that series. But that's after this break, so don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.
Oh, hello! Fancy meeting you here. It's so nice to see ya. Are you ready to survive the wastelands? Then you'll need to bring your shotgun, your axe, and of course, your knife. For your sharp wit, if you get my drift. Hey, whoa. Hold on there. Don't forget to pick up your Overwatch Contenders Junker Queen skin. Yeah, gearing up is as easy as connecting your Battle.net account to Twitch. And after that, watching the Overwatch Contenders Summer Series will contribute to your drop progression, letting you claim your own wasteland-ready Overwatch Contenders Junker Queen skin. Oh, that's right. It's time to rampage. Now, get out there and slay with the Overwatch Contenders Junker Queen skin. Okay, take care now. See you in chat.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second game of the day recap, and we're bringing in the interview with Hot Babe from the likes of Oh Yeah or Abs. You know, both kind of work for you, I bet. You know, obviously, you guys had a very close matchup, reverse sweep of all things. How are you feeling after that one, man?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty ecstatic. I think it wouldn't be an Oh Yeah game if it wasn't going to map 5. I think we all get really tired for playing 5 maps. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and yeah, we have an iron mental from the looks of it.
So I have to ask, because even though it's the second match broadcasted of the day, it was the first ever showing of a Iliari in competitive pro play. How do you find the new support?
I feel like it's kind of similar to Anna in a way. So the pylon, it really helps for self-heal, so you don't have a nade, so that's basically your nade. Her movement ability is like an Ashe coach gun. So it's really nice that I'm playing it with a support that isn't Kiriko and has mobility. And the railgun, it has like really far fall off, so it kind of feels like I'm playing Kree, but on support. So it's kind of nice. I really like it.
Yeah, that's a good comparison, actually. I don't think I've heard that one just yet. And, overall for your series, then you made that swap to the Kiriko. What was your kind of reasoning behind making that swap over, enabling you guys to kind of win on that, third, fourth, and fifth map?
So when we were playing the first two maps, I played Illari, and it was going okay, but I think we're losing a lot of sustained matchup. And then we all came to a realization that the Pharah or the Echo isn't really doing a lot in terms of hurting our backline. So then I was like, okay, I don't really need to play Illari then, so I'll just play Kiriko and just flank and see if I can do any damage to the backline, to the front line. I can now do all the Tracer on Kiriko. Even though I could do it on Illari, it's a lot more to worry about when there's a Pharah above you and Echo while playing Illari, so you can't really duel both at the same time. So it just alleviated some of the pressure.
And then talking of pressure, obviously a 5-map series is absolutely full of it, especially by needing to pull off a reverse sweep. But probably the most pressure you guys felt would have been, correct me if I'm wrong, Watchpoint Gibraltar. 1 minute push through the entirety of the map. Talk us through exactly how the team was communicating in terms of all the way from A to point C finish.
So for the overtime push, I think after we cap with 1 minute, it's really good chance that we can win the game. So as soon as we got a pick, the Echo was just in our backline. So as soon as we got the Echo and Mercy, we just knew that as soon as this happens, we can just push to third point now. Third point now. Push first point, and then we have the ult advantage. So then we can push using the ult advantage, and then just third point is if we get picks or not. So honestly, we're really happy that we got the first point. Second point's a bonus, and then third point was see what we can do. And yeah, we got the third point as well.
You think on the side, because obviously you guys were the higher seed, but it was tough on the first two maps. Would you say that maybe Triple Esports got a little overconfident in thinking they could close you guys out in that third one?
Yeah, they were doing a lot of trash talking. If nobody really could see on cast, but they were being a bit mean. But yeah, they were getting a bit overzealous, and we managed to prove them wrong and really win. Yeah.
And are you sort of looking forward to trying to play into what is starting to shape up into this new meta? Because obviously, Kaiser was uncontested on that Bastion for the longest time, but some of these other teams are probably going to mirror into it. Is that something that you're a little bit concerned about?
I think we have different compositions that we can play if they try and play what we've just played. So we wouldn't really mirror it. So we're not really too worried. Like I said, we don't scrim, we don't really do much else except for playing ranked, and this new patch is only a week, so we'll figure it out as we go along. I started playing Moira on Gibraltar, that's how much I was just maybe this will work. So then I just played it.
But it did kind of work too. I mean, you guys just had so much sustain, like you said earlier, that was kind of a problem. But then once you made that swap over and then started figuring things out that way, it started to definitely be a bit more in your guys' favor. Now, obviously on that last map on the Zhang Tower, you guys even still won with Necros throughout the map against, Pharah's, Genji, obviously, Echo too, to deal with. Is there any particular reason why you guys felt that just locking with Necros the whole time instead of, maybe making some DPS swaps was the play?
We have 3 options, and actually no, we have 4. It's Kaiser, who plays Mei, Bastion, and can play Echo. Necros, who plays Genji. Kaya, who plays Junkrat, and Luffy plays Hitscan. So I think we tried to play Hitscan, and it didn't really work. So we wanted to go for more of the Genji value in terms of pressuring backline, because he's a gifted player when it comes to mechanics. So he was able to do a lot of one-shots, dash into a support, get him 1 HP, then deflect, and maybe I can finish it off, or somebody else can finish off the kill. So we're really playing into how well Necros can one-shot people, and I think he did really well. And the Blade as well, on its own, it's really crap, but because Necros is he's the fastest Genji, wow. Because he's so good at Blades, we're able to at least confirm a 1 kill off of it. Yeah. And it really helps in the way they were playing D.Va with a DM, and they could just DM a Mercy res. But with the Blade, you can actually one-shot through the DM because it's not a hit scan projectile. It's not a projectile or anything. So yeah, that's what we're really hoping to play into.
Oh yeah, I mean he went off on the on Gardens as well. Well, thank you obviously, Hoppe, for coming through. Yeah, good to speak to you. Is there any last words you want to say before, obviously, your next matchup or next time we have an interview with you?
Not really. I really hope we just win the next game. That's I guess that's the last thing I want to say. And
That's
yeah,
fair.
good luck to Triple when they play in the next match.
Damn, so wholesome, man. So friggin' wholesome. Well, thank you for coming, man. Good to speak to you.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
All right. Well, that was Hot Baby from the likes of yeah, what a great series from them. Obviously, reverse sweep. First one we've seen of the playoffs. Obviously, just day one of the playoffs, so there's so many more exciting things to come. We have one more series for you guys today coming up in just a bit with a different pair of casters for you guys. Triple Esports versus Ataraxia is coming up. That's a series that I know you were looking forward to, Moxie, for especially the Orisa meta that is sure to kind of take over with the current setup. And yeah, Triple Esports are going to be against them. I'm sure they're going to be a little bit pissed that they lost to yeah in the upper bracket.
Yeah, I mean, they also might be a little bit tired, considering it was an incredibly long matchup, and something that we do have to address, right? It's the fact that Ataraxia versus EXO finished incredibly early in comparison to when we're wrapping this current game. So chances are Ataraxia have been following along with the broadcast, figuring out what exactly they're potentially going to be running into, and seeing, even with some of the changes coming through in terms of things like the Mercy damage boost, that Pharah and Echo are still some of this team's go-tos, and as a result planning a couple of counters around them.
Yep. And guys, that'll be it for us on the upper bracket so far. But we got one more match, like I said, lower bracket matchup coming for you guys later on, day number 1 of the playoffs. So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back with that matchup between Triple Esports and Ataraxia.
You like solving problems. Problems like how to stop that tracer from deleting your backline. I know just what you're thinking. Go bring a turret. But y'all can't solve all your problems by simply bringing an extra friend to the battlefield. For that, you need the Contenders Torbjorn skin. Solve your problems by connecting your Battle.net account to Twitch. After that, watching Overwatch Contenders Summer Series will contribute to your drops progress, letting you claim your Overwatch Contenders Torbjorn skin. Even your turret gets an upgrade. Warning, the Overwatch Contenders Torbjorn skin does not come with extra or upgraded turrets. Build instructions will not be provided. By picking Torbjorn, you waive a claim towards any destroyed turrets. No refunds, no exchanges, and no take-backsies.